and salad together make a fruit salad, yeah, everyone's a winner. Sweetness of fruit, variety of salad. Ooh, fruit salad, you're the best of both worlds.
What's up? Hello. What up, y'all? Hey, how's it going? Hi. Hello. We're back. Did you even know what you were listening to at first? I'd bet not. Hello, Amarok, G Herka, Mike 30. Hi. What's up? Hey. Wait, what? This high? I don't understand what YouTube is. I think YouTube got confused on what it thought that you were speaking a different language. What's up, Ivo? Hello, Dalfie. We're here. It looks different, but I've got my mic. And also, I think my mic is a little bit too loud. It is peaking like crazy. It's peaking crazy style. But I got a shade for the window that I cut myself. I don't know if you can tell. I don't know if you can tell by the way that it fits perfectly within the frame. But that's a DIY. and then it's a room. Besides that, it's a little permanent game table sort of situation. We were playing some games yesterday. We were playing some awkward guess. We were playing some Codenames duet. You know, just the things. And then this is Paige's new puzzle table that I got her for her birthday. And that she loves. What? Ooh. Oh, wait, you can't see it. Shit. Wait. It's a drawer. Whoa. I'm sure you couldn't have told already. Game table in the background. Yeah. Will you be doing any of Age of Umbies 2? I don't know. Maybe. It sounds kind of fun. And it's a limited series, which is good. I'm thinking like Age of Umbies 2 might be another experiment, because last time I did Age of Umbies, I did a bit of an experiment. I got a little experimental, some might say. So maybe I'll get a little experimental with Age of Umbies 2. I don't know, maybe. It'll honestly 90% depend. Don't get too excited. But I'm in some final round talks, some final round interviews. So that might be resolving soon. This is all resolving, all the moving and such. Internet looks good. Ooh, cross your fingers. But the internet looks pretty good. I need to finish setting back up all of this. Like, you know, it's just a black background, and you'll see the Critical Role watch screen looks even more scuffed. And I have to recreate a whole bunch of the stuff that I had on Windows, because now I am officially on Linux. It's a better place to be, but I gotta do a whole bunch to port everything over. Dude, can I say my shit for a second? Can I say my shit? All right. I did it. I made the step. I took the leap finally, and I went over to Linux, and I want to know how to do things. So I'm looking up content creators, you know? I'm looking up people that can give me advice about Linux. And I'll say it. I think a lot of Linux content creators are delusional, dude. They seem great. They seem lovely. I'm sure I would love to get a drink with any of them. I don't really drink anymore. I'm sure I'd love to play a board game with any of them. But the amount of times I have heard that you're basically giving up nothing going to Linux nowadays. There's so many distros that make it so easy. And there's so many alternatives compared to what there used to be. And you can just use Wine if you don't want to use the Linux versions. Delusional. It's so much harder. It's so much harder, especially if you've set up anything complicated on Windows, like getting the same functionality on Linux requires so much work. And I'm here, hands up. I'm currently doing the work. Like, I'm about it. I'm into it. But boy, oh boy, are the Linux content creators delusional. It's crazy. Would you DM for them? Yeah, I DM for them. That's a good test. I DM for them. They seem cool. They're just too in the sauce, you know? They're just too in the sauce. They've been living and breathing it for so long that they have forgotten that it is difficult. They just see the transition over time. Right, Ebster, yeah, just because it's easier than it used to be. Because it used to be so hard. And I can give them that all day long. It used to be crazy hard. And now it's much, much easier. And it's easier to the point that I am doing it, but it is still difficult. Also, I'm increasing the font size here on you guys, because you guys are too small for my eyes, even if you're an okay size for the YouTube. Whoa! That's actually all right. I'm not mad at that. Everyone's names are so small. Should I leave it like that? I kind of like the small names. Is that weird? I don't know. Is there a weird fuzz noise? No, I'm looking at it. I'm not seeing anything on the levels. So I think the fuzz is on your end. Hopefully. It wouldn't surprise me, honestly, but I think it's on your end. So as a very novice computer person, switching would be easy. Honestly, totally honestly, I think switching as a novice computer person, there are going to be things that are more difficult. And I think like getting from like 0% to 50% is going to be easier than I think it is for me. But harder. I think getting from 0% to 50% is going to be harder. But getting from 50% to 100%, like proficiency, is going to be easier. Because it's like mostly all of the complicated things that I want to do. I think there is. I'm also hearing this. There's a little buzz when you're loud. Oh. Okay, wait. Okay, I'm getting loud again. How about that? Does that sound different? The same? Speaking of Linux things, I had to get a new freaking amp, and so I don't quite know all of the intricacies of it. No buzz. Now it's good? Really? That's crazy. I guess it just wasn't powering the condenser. I say that like I know what the fuck that means. Okay, wait. Let me also let me just like turn down the decibels a little bit on the global. Let's just do that. It also could have been OBS. Okay, we'll just try a mix of this. We'll see what happens. Yeah, I think I hear the fuzzy occasionally. Linux is great, but Linux content creators are insane in terms of difficulty of use and compatibility. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying, bro. It's like, and it's tough because they're giving me great information. And like I said, they seem delightful, but they're so in the sauce. It's like, it is honestly like me when I talk about how easy it is to get into D&D. I know I have the same thing, dude. I have the exact same thing. I'll talk about how hard a board game is. This literally happened yesterday. Doggies. Yesterday, I was talking to someone who does not play a lot of board games. And we played a game. What was it? It's on the shelf. Oh, Things and Rings. We played Things and Rings. And we were talking about how difficult this game is. Okay. I'm not even going to explain the game to you, and I'm not trying to put them on blast. This is a very good friend of mine. But, okay. These are the rules. You don't need to read them. It's this big, double-sided. That's the rules we're working with, okay? And they asked me with zero irony in their hearts. And this is like, I'm trying to think of the best, like, comparison. This is kind of like, trying to think of the best comparison. This is sort of like Cards Against Humanity, but with Venn diagrams. Kind of. There's a little bit more strategy, but they were like, oh, I just don't really like strategy games. And this is like, not to say that games with not a lot of rules can't be strategic. That's not what I'm saying. We have got some great strategy games that are very light on rules. But like, I don't know, bro. It's, I was definitely like, oh yeah, like I just put that game into like my party slop pile. Like that's like a game I break out at the party, I break out at the function, like whatever. Like we're chilling. That's the game that I teach to people that don't play games. And so for them to be like, I don't know, it was just like kind of hard and strategic. Paige literally had to like put a hand on my knee and be like, dude, it's not. Because in my head, it's not even like a dice throne or something. But it's certainly not a Zombicide or a Power Grid. It's no Twilight Imperium, you know? I don't know. No buzz, I think. I'm guessing Linux contributors are a bit like professors with PhDs so far removed from the subject. From when the subject was basic for them, they have a hard time describing it for a novice. I think so. And I honestly think they're actually pretty good at walking through things. Like they're good at explaining themselves. They just forget the things that aren't intuitive. Like using the terminal. Like I'm a fairly techie person. I got a computer science degree. But dude, I just never used the terminal on Windows because I never needed to. And the amount of times. Wait. Oh, there we go. That's better. Sorry, I'm still figuring this thing out again. The amount of times that they'll just be like, yeah, you just do this in the terminal. You just make a directory. I'm like, what? Anyways. It's like me with video games. It's like me with D&D. It's like me with board games. You just get so in the sauce of something that you forget what's hard. I get it. What's up, Sarah? What's up? To me, the audio still peaks, but it does seem less than before you change something. Okay, I turned it down a little bit more. Hopefully, the gain feels really low to me, but maybe it's not. Maybe I just have a bigger voice than I ever think I do. That seems possible to me. What? You're home? You're not supposed to hear me. I was just talking about you. You heard? She heard. Oh no, our secrets are out. Our secrets are gone. Dogs! Oh, now the dogs are in here. Oh. Oh, and there's a dog over there playing with the chicken. It sounds better? Good. Okay, cool. The camera is in a position where it can more easily see puppies. Puppies. Puppy. Anywho. I think that's about it. Dude, do I have a takeaway from 110? Do I remember what happened in 110 is maybe the better question. Do I remember what happened in episode 110?
Shot, you can look
There
at
you
me.
go.
There you go.
Okay, I just opened it back up. Let me just see if I visually remember. Oh, right! They're going through the bowels and the intestines of the big old
Maybe.
giant.
I'll join in that perception.
And they're going through the bowels, and they just fought some undead trolls. That was cool. You know what's hilarious? I remember not liking last episode. Like, I remember that I had that opinion, but honestly, like, everything I'm thinking about is like, oh, that fight was kind of cool. Like, not really remembering a lot of the negatives at the moment. So, and I'm just so stoked to be back that I'm going in with a pretty good attitude. I'm going into a pretty attitude. I don't remember 110. Oh no. Oh, I dropped it. Well, that's gone forever. What is Critical Role? That's such a good question. Ah! Matthew with a beard. Look at him. Also, this is the temporary setup because I need to port my own note-taking application over, so we're using this for now. Are you going to do the animated series when you finish this? I am going to do the animated series. I have a direct plan for how I'm going to do it. I cannot tell you what the timeline will be because it involves, I think I can say it. I don't know if I've said this at this point, but my plan for the animated series involves the secret project. Wow, the secret project. It's still going? Yes. It's still going. It will be going forever. And it'll never stop, and it'll never be secret, and it'll always be secret. It'll never come out. It'll just always be the secret project. I'm not even gonna tell you when the secret project comes out. I'm just gonna release it, but then I'll keep the secret project as just the pile that I pile anything I'm doing in the background into. Oh, that's part of the secret project. That'll just become the eternal landfill of all of the things I'm working on in the background. It just all goes into the secret project. Even once the secret project actually does come out, because it will. Probably relatively soon. Or not. Who knows? The new goal was end of July. I don't think that's going to happen. If I'm being 100% with you guys at this point, I think it would be reasonable to target a 2027 release. But, you know, whatever. It's gonna come out. And when it does, it'll be so sick. And I'm just gonna continue talking about it. And that might piss some people off. And that's fine. They're valid for that. I don't know. Oh, man. He has returned. Woo! Huzzah! Huzzah! I'm loving being a critter with loads of live shows, C4, Umbies, and 2 animated series. Eating good. Oh, my God. A modern day critter is eating deliciously. They are eating like crazy. There's so much good shit coming out. Yeah. Absolutely. Mega painstakingly redubbing the entire series. Damn, what a project that would be. It's so Secret Meg will take it to his grave. What comes from Secret Project to do Witcher 3 expansion? Great question. Probably Witcher 3. If I had to guess, if I had to take a gander, I'll come out before Elder Scrolls 6. Don't worry about that. I'm beating Elder Scrolls 6. I know that. I'm not beating Doors of Stone. Oh, wait, no, I am beating Doors of Stone.
Like, let's be
I am beating Doors of Stone, yeah.
dying.
A few months ago, I mentioned you to Sly Flourish's Lazy Dungeon Master. They're having a Kickstarter going on right now, which is a re-edition revamp of the book with their approach to lazy DMing. Ooh. KS for Rise of the Lazy Game Master. That's fun. Neat. In case you are interested, I might be. I'll look into it. Yeah. I guess without pressing for details, is it an implementation hell thing or just a general life not going the way you expect? Kind of both. To be a little bit less jokey for for a moment, it is. It's a multimedia project, just shockingly. And it is. I'm trying to think of how I can describe it without, like, telling too much. Basically, me and everyone involved had a lot more time last year. And we had a lot of time to film. And so we did. We did, like, I want to say a couple hundred hours of filming. I might be overestimating, but I think at least 100 hours, if not a couple hundred, of filming last year. And then everything else that comes after filming, which if you're an old head, you know, is my weak spot. That's my weak spot right there, is everything that comes after the filming. That's why I live stream. Is because this is the filming can just be the product. That's what I'm good at. But it's everything that has come after that has been just it is required more time and effort than everyone thought, and everyone's schedules separately and for totally distinct reasons have massively filled up in comparison to last year. So there's just everyone has way less time to work on it, way less time to work on it at the same time. Like, the schedules conflict more. And we're at a part of the process that is more difficult for me. Now, it's less difficult for some of the others, but we've reached a stage where I am much less helpful, unfortunately. We've reached the stage where I'm probably the least helpful in the entire process. So it's really tough because I can't do a whole lot to push it forward. I'm trying. I'm really, really trying. I'm trying to find what I can do. I'm trying to be like, would this help? Would this help everybody, please? Can I? Oh, what about this? And they're like, that's nice. That's nice. But yeah. So it's like, it is simultaneously kind of out of my hands, but I'm not, like, mad at the pace that it's going at. The pace that it's going at is very reasonable for reasons. And that's basically just how it is. So, yeah. I'm redubbing all of Lovum. Yeah. Everyone. And, yeah. I wish the secret project is editing yourself into Talks Machina over Brian W. Foster. That kind of fucks. I like that. That might be secret project 2. That would be pretty good. Really just re-record all of his lines. It's clearly dubbed. I don't do any work to make the audio sound similar. And I do, like, a really bad green screen of my head over his body. Like, it's still his body, but I just put my head on top of his head. I occasionally, like you can see the paper of the script. I don't need a paper script. I can read it off of a monitor, but I'm reading it off of a paper script, and that occasionally comes into frame. Oh, that'd be awesome, dude. That's a great idea. Someone should do that. It's a good bit. Maybe I'll just do the first episode just to see what people think. New place, new game table background. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. First new place ever. Ever, as far as you guys are concerned. I never lived anywhere else. Yeah. Green screen yourself at slightly the wrong angle, yeah. Oh man, you guys have good ideas. You guys have really good ideas. I should listen to that. Okay. Let's watch some freaking Critical Role. Oh wait, no, the takeaway. Shit. I keep forgetting what I'm supposed to be doing here. By the way, if you don't know what we're doing here, this is Critical Eyes episode 111.0. And I'm Megaphone Man. I'm a longtime DM. I've been DMing for forever at this point, it feels like. I've DM'd multiple systems, but before this series, I had never seen Critical Role, if you can believe it. And I decided, let's watch through it, let's talk about it, let's think about the good, the bad, the ugly, the beautiful. And let's try to have some fun along the way. Guess some stuff. Theorize, I've done some predicting here and there. I actually weirdly predicted the resurrection of the Earth Titan. That was crazy. And I also predicted something that I still think is real. I still think the moon tree is... I think it got cut day of, but I was right. I still believe that to this day. And that's what we do here. And last episode 110, yeah, I mean, I don't want to talk about it too much, because I did broadly view it, like, my memory of it is that I felt pretty negatively the whole time. But I do recall the trolls being really a really fun idea. And I think that is, like... how I view quite a lot of that episode and of this whole Earth Titan or this Earth Primordial dungeon is a lot of cool ideas with very lackluster implementation. And I know, I saw in the notes, originally streamed in September 14th, apparently delayed an extra week due to Matt dealing with terrible back pain. He's wearing a back brace in this episode. Like, I don't want to... I think here's the takeaway. Here's the takeaway. No matter how negative I ever am on this show, and you guys know, I'm not hesitant with my opinions when I don't like it. I'm pretty forthcoming. But no matter what I ever say, Matt's getting out there and doing it 3 weeks out of the month. And he's also doing, like, another job on top of it. Like, my man is making content. It never feels like he is... I have never felt like Matt is just injecting filler because he didn't have enough content that week, right? Sometimes I think he's injecting filler, don't get me wrong, but I think he's mostly doing it for other reasons. Like, regardless of how I think the dungeon was implemented, it was implemented. He's going through, and sometimes you just have shit that week, and you can't commit all of the time that you would maybe like to commit to getting the implementation really solid. And I would rather have cool ideas. Well, I don't know that I would rather have that. I was about to say I'd rather have cool ideas that are poorly implemented than boring ideas that are well implemented. I actually think it's a bit of a wash for me. What I want and what I think is good for players, for GMs, for everyone involved is consistency. It is getting out there, it is doing the work and just like getting reps in. I think that's going to make you a better GM. And I know that it's become a pretty common phrase nowadays to say something to the effect of like, no D&D is better than bad D&D. And I definitely think there is something to that. Like, I think that, like, I do think that no D&D is better than bad D&D. But I don't think no D&D is better than lackluster D&D or boring D&D. I think no D&D is worse than those. Bad D&D is like, yeah, if it's like making you feel bad and it's like being an active like negative in your life. And I even know like one of my players at one point was like, man, my free time is really limited right now. Like he got they got a promotion at work, and they just did not have a lot of free time. And so they straight up asked me, they were like, hey, can you experiment a little bit less? Like, can you like just kind of do some standard D&D for a while? Because I can't risk coming to D&D and not having fun. And me and this player are very close. He's one of my best friends. So we're just very direct with each other. And it was after the Skull Dunes, which I talked about on here, one of my worst sessions of D&D in a long time. And I don't think it was bad as in like I made my players uncomfortable. It was just really boring. And I think unless your players come to you with that sort of intention, I think boring is better than none. Just keeping up the reps, keeping going, so that you can get to good D&D. Because it's all going to be, shades of gray. And as long as you're staying out of, like, actively offensive, I think I would rather see you sit down to the table. And I've encouraged, like, hey, cancel if you really don't feel confident or comfortable as a GM. Like, it's okay to just cancel. It's also okay to end the session early if you don't feel like you have enough. Those are okay. Like, I want to open those options up to GMs. But I think the best way to get better at GMing and to, like, keep up a good pace that will, like, set you up for success is just to do it. Is just to get in there, get the reps in. Like, the only way to get better at basketball, you can watch all the highlights you want, but it's to hit the court and just shoot hoops. That's it. And I see this dungeon as Matt just shooting hoops. There's some fun ideas. I don't love the implementation of a lot of it, but I do like the implementation of some of it. Like, I think that the actual design of the undead trolls was really fun. So I think there's a lot of missed potential here, but it also sounds like he's dealing with a lot in his, outside of game time. He's having really terrible back pain. Like, the fact that he's here is a testament. And, he doesn't have other people that he can lean on to help make the game when he's in back pain. He has to have to do it as the GM. So yeah, I think that's my takeaway. Is just like get in the gym, get some reps in, and that's what Matt's doing. C1 had no weeks off. Only Gen Con and Burning Man did it take time off in 2017. I think. Damn. Yeah, GMing, even if a bad session, still gives XP, so to speak. Yeah, that's a good way to put it. It like no matter what you're doing, any amount of GMing is giving you XP. And sometimes bad GMing is giving you more XP in some cases, or lackluster GMing, we might say. So yeah, sometimes it just has to happen. It just has to be that way. How bad is bad? How bad is bad? Like, I think bad D&D or no D&D is better than bad D&D gets invoked during like D&D horror stories. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, my table was actively racist in real life, and and then they were like, disguising it through play. It's like, okay, yeah, no D&D is better than bad D&D in that case, yeah, but I don't think there's any episode of Critical Role where I would say no D&D was better. Even the Kraken episode. Because the Kraken, I think, gave everyone a lot of XP in real life. I think the Kraken taught people some things. So even that, I would say, is better than no D&D. Yeah. I tried to set up a murder plot puzzle and it was disastrous. Got a lot of XP from that. Exactly. Member for 22 months. Thank you, Negative Roo. Thank you. I appreciate that. Yes. Yeah. You definitely learn a lot faster from failing than you do by succeeding. In fact, I have a TTRPG idea in the back of my head where you get only XP from failures. This is very similar to how Blades handles it. Where is it? Blades in the dark. Blades in the dark. How do you get XP in Blades in the dark? It's the basics. That's coins. That's factions. That's characters. Record, review your details, blah, blah, blah. Look, I know it's in here, and I am going to look through the entire book until I find it, and I don't even have my headphones on, so you guys basically don't exist. Even if nothing is playing in my headphones, I don't really feel like I'm on stream right now. If I don't have my headphones on. Even if nothing is playing in them. I'm like, I don't have my headphones on. I'm not on stream. That's it. I'm just reading through the book, just kind of talking out loud to myself, you know? And I'm gonna find it, and we're going to give, and it's gonna be such a poignant example. It's gonna be so poignant. You guys are gonna be like, oh my god, that's exactly what I was talking about. That's exactly what I meant. We're talking about vices. Oh yeah, so this is one of them, which is very fun. This is in the section on vices, on character vices, and I did forget that you get an XP if you actively play into the nature of your character's vice during the session. That is one of the ways to get XP. But I was thinking of something else. That isn't quite that. There's failing gracefully, there's commanding, there's finessing, there's prowling, there's studying. Oh man, am I not going to get this? How long am I going to run the bit before I do give up on on trying to find the thing that I'm talking about? Shit. Man, it is. I am getting like a decent amount of the way through the book. Oh no, now we're into ghosts and holes and vampires. Oh jeez. Oh, we're into crafting. Oh no. Fuck. I missed it. Where is it? It must be in the action rolls section. Shit. Okay, it's before examples of play. Is it? It's not a resistance roll. It's not a consequences and harms. It's not a position and effect. Shit. I wanted to get it exactly instead of just like making up what I think it is. But I think I'm going to have to just make up what I think it is. Okay, from what I remember, there is basically a way, or there's a position that you would set in Blades, which is called like desperate. So it's basically like your role is not very likely to succeed, but if it does, it might still have like a big benefit. It's kind of a DC, but it's not fully a DC. And basically, if you're in a really bad position, that is how you level, like doing rolls in a bad position is how you level up that particular skill, essentially. Like your skills leveling up is distinct and separate from your character leveling up. And you level up your skills by doing desperate rolls. And it doesn't matter if you succeed or fail, to my recollection. The details of that could be wrong because I couldn't find the spot that it actually describes that in Blades. But there's also like, going into your vices also does it. And that's all. Also mad at an impending wedding ceremony date on the horizon. Absolutely. Yes, dude. By the way, in one of the last episodes, you talked about Burning Man a bit. I'm not American, so I'm missing context. What's so bad about it is the environmental impact. Is about how it's all rich people. It's look, I'm not from a part of the country where you can casually go to Burning Man. So my opinion is skewed by that. 100%. They are in a part of the country where they can casually go to Burning Man. Like it's not like a big lift for them. It's like a flight and like probably a rental car if you wanna get there from where I am, or it's like a cross country road trip. That said, I didn't really realize this about myself until my mom said it. I'm a little bit granola. I'm a little bit into the environment and nature, and I don't want to get down on doing drugs in the desert. I like drugs. I like deserts. But setting up a giant temporary settlement where you have to like bus everything in and spend like a ludicrous amount of money, not even individually, but like collectively, to set up this giant temporary structure and settlement and infrastructure just to go and do drugs in the desert. It is very, I'm also a very frugal person. And so that often combines into like, I'm very into like reducing human consumption and impact. Like, to me, it's like, it's a massive waste of money for mostly negative environmental impacts, all to just go and do drugs in the desert. And I'm like, man, I could do drugs at home. Like, I don't know. It's just bad vibes to me. It's just bad vibes. And like, I can have as many like logical reasons as I want, but if I'm being straight up with you, I've just never met someone in person that has gone to Burning Man that I have liked. At least that I'm aware of. So, I don't know. It's not like a deeply held belief of mine. I just have bad vibes in my head associated with it. That's kind of it. So, yeah. New camera, new light setup. It looks very good. Thank you, Jose. Thank you. It is, I mean, it's an old camera, but I can't use my newer camera, so I'm glad that the old camera looks good. I really hate this camera because of how much, excuse me, you can't turn off like auto adjust on anything. So like zooming, or sorry, not focusing, white balance, not luminosity, exposure. You can't change any of that. And so I really hate this camera, but I do think it's doing a pretty good job right now, so that's good. And then this is a new lighting setup. I appreciate the compliment. Yeah. Burning Man is a wild idea if you think critically about it. Yeah, it's so weird because there's an older similar event up the coast, but because it is the forest and the structures are semi-permanent at this point, I've never heard anyone talk about it. Well, yeah, and like, that's kind of the thing, is it's like, it's much easier to set up infrastructure. The infrastructure is semi-permanent, so it's a lot less wasteful. I think that's the thing that always kind of bothers me about Burning Man, is it just feels so wasteful at like every step of the process. Even though, like, I probably align with the people that go to Burning Man on like a lot of things. Like, we're probably pretty similar, honestly, which is why I can never be like too wholeheartedly critical of it. But I don't know what it is. I don't know. Yeah. I just don't like it. I mean, doing drugs in the desert is slightly simplistic. It's true. It is. I'm being harsh when I say doing drugs in the desert. It is simplistic. There's a lot more going on there. But it's just not enough to justify it for me. Yeah. And wasteful in a way that is counter to its apparent goals. Wouldn't a semi-permanent or permanent structure be overall better and also cheaper? It's a modern Woodstock. Yeah, it's a modern Woodstock. But I think a big part of my issue with it is the location. Like the fact that it is so far from permanent infrastructure and settlements and people. Like I know that's part of the point. Is that it is so far from all of these things, but that is like the thing that really icks me about it. Cause like, I don't get the ick of like, I don't know, Lollapalooza or like, you know, I'm not against festivals. I'm going to Ren Fair this year, but Burning Man is like on a level of like needed temporary infrastructure. And that's what really icks me out about it. It's like when I go to the Ren Fair, it's like, you know, tents and like some temporary structures. But then it's like, you know, it's like porta potties and it's like very close to the grid. You know, it's very easy to like dispose and to hook things up. And, you know, it's a lot of Ren fairs are at permanent places, like permanent fairgrounds. So And like, I went to the fucking state fair. I went to the county fair growing up. Like, I don't got anything against festivals. It's just the level and magnitude of waste at Burning Man that, like, really kind of gets to me. But it's also, I don't know, it's not that big a deal. I'm answering because I want to give some context for non-Americans. But like you'll get a big diversity of opinion about it in America. I don't think it's a settled, I don't think it is settled one way or the other. And clearly it continues to happen. And like, look, on the level of like things I'm going to go and complain about and go and like, you know, protest or give like a hot take on, it's so low on the list, man. It's so low on the list. I don't give a shit. Whatever. I'm much more concerned about people like littering than I am about Burning Man on the whole. So, but it still doesn't mean that I, you know, on my classic -5 to 5 scale, it's a -1. It's negative, but like, I don't care that much. It's so low, it's not even on the list. Yeah. But yeah. Yeah. Anyways. So now.
Hi, everyone. Welcome
Hello.
to Critical Role, where a bunch of us nerdy-ass voice
Welcome to
actors
Critical Role.
sit around and play Dungeons and Dragons.
Doing that tomorrow.
Let's do D&D. Because that is the thing. That is the thing at the end of the day. I'm sure so many people at Burning Man love D&D. I'm sure so many of them love board games. Like I said, I like drugs. So I probably would get along with most people that go. We just have differing views on like sustainability and one-time use stuff and wastefulness and whatever. And that's fine. I could have a conversation with someone about that. Yeah. I think it's also given like the place that I live, the fact that you would have to like take out a flight to go there is also like, the fact that they can drive down there in like less than a day, in like a few hours, it does make a difference in my head. But anyways, 11:18, watch a person panic. Going into the number 11 on a top 10 things that aren't great. Yeah. Please watch the first timestamp. I've got 11:18 pulled up. Let's see.
And then also, in the middle of November, we're going to be going to Australia.
Yeah.
Laura and I are going for 2 weeks. We're going to be in Adelaide, Brisbane. So for all the Aussies, what?
Biking innings.
I gotta get my passport.
Oh, shit.
Oh my god.
Expedite.
So, barring Laura's passport showing up.
You could hear the $400 just burn away instantly.
Oh, bitch.
No.
so I know how much it costs to exit.
Oh my
like
god,
the
I've
two
got it.
middle
I'm
weeks.
doing that tomorrow. I'm gonna write a note in my calendar.
Adelaide and Brisbane, if you're there, if you want to see us, come see maybe
Everybody-
just me.
Everybody just tweet Laura tomorrow at noon saying,
No, but seriously, if you want
10
to,
a.m.,
feel
10 a.m.
free.
Wilfred
No,
will be there too. He's going to be my convention
I'll
wife.
be there.
Me and Friedel.
I'm writing an email to myself.
okay.
Oh, and you also, it's Australia.
Wait, you guys want to see a terrible picture of me? Wait, one sec. That made me think of? Okay, wait. I know. I'm seeing if I can show this without doxing myself. Let's see. Cuz I just want to show the picture. Can I show this? Yeah, I can show this. That's easy. Can I show my driver's license? Yeah, I mean, you definitely can't see anything on it. Okay. I guess you can kind of see my signature, but that shit changes every day. So that's my driver's license photo. I think pretty good. Definitely not bad. But I think I came home and I was like, damn, I think I look like a housewife in Mad Men. I don't know. It doesn't. This is my global entry photo. It's not good. It's hard to see because this does not have the capability to focus. But my hair looks crazy. My hair looks so weird. I don't know what I was doing in it, but it has like this weird side swoop going on. I normally do like a middle part or whatever. Yeah, I don't know. So that's it looks weirdly flat. Yeah. So anyways, that's a bad photo of me. And it just she started talking about this and I went through the mental list of things in my head of like shit, because I'm going out of the country soon. And I was like, do I have everything? I have my passport. I have that. And then I remembered the bad one.
Is that when we
A
got caught?
memorial picture from a movie. It does. It
With
does.
having to have those weird travel, like visas as well?
Yeah.
Isn't that
Make sure you get your travel visas.
For Austria?
Yeah, I got my
Yeah.
social.
We didn't know
I got my
until we
social
got
on
to
here.
the
Yeah,
airport,
yeah.
and then they were like, "You have to have one," and then we were like, "Oh, okay." And luckily, you can do it
Oh, I
online.
totally have that covered.
All right, well, cool, guys. Thank you so much. Okay, thank you for dealing with our. Thank you for our long announcements. It's been a few weeks.
It's been a few weeks. Matt starts his recap at 4:12, 14:12, 14:12. Also, we may or may not get through a whole part. We're still, even though we're so back, and even though this is a Critical Eyes summer, we may not be fully back. Depending. I don't know. Pending how things go this week. Maybe next week we'll be fully back. Who knows? But for now, we are not fully back, so I don't know how long I will be able to stream. We will see. I'm kind of actually waiting to hear on something from someone, so I might suddenly go during the middle of the episode. But that's fine, because we're gonna make progress.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
I'll remember this.
What are you doing?
Why is everything targeting Scanlan this battle? Welcome back, everyone. So, last we left off, Vox Machina preparing themselves for a final fray with the recently ascended god Vecna, the Undying King, discovered that he had brought the city of Tharamphala northwest, about 300 miles northwest of Vasselheim on the continent of Isilra. Upon gathering allies to assail this region, you discovered that it was shifting, moving, and apparently the corpse of a long-dead primordial earth titan had been risen and began marching its way towards Vasselheim with Tharamphala embedded at the top of its torso, protected by some sort of a magical barrier. with an advanced army of wyvern riders at your back, and Jaman Sa'ord giving you a ride between their wings. You made your way southward, quickly depositing yourselves within what appeared to be a waterfall expelling opening towards the hip of this large titan-like undead beast. You began to fight your way through the interior, dealing with corrupted earth elemental shards. You began to make your way through the catacombs, the long ruined and abandoned dwarven city of Thomara, where you encountered the tomb of the dwarven king, where you also managed to raid the tomb, found a magical item, and dealt with some fun traps in the process. Then continuing to follow where this route led you upward, hopefully towards the underbelly of the city of Tharamfala, you uncovered a mostly cleaned out vault and did battle with some undead trolls that immediately rushed in and attacked you. You managed to destroy them and make your way out through a small cavern that had just momentarily collapsed. Clearing it out of the way, you all begin to squeeze through the opening to find the next length of your journey. And that's where we left off. So, as you guys all crawl through this recently cleared opening, you come into what appears to be a partially collapsed cavern, about 20 or so feet wide in places, with elements of the ceiling fallen in, and you can see the rocks that are scattered amongst the ground, rumbling with each impact of the feet of the titan you're currently riding within. It seems to be going at a steady incline.
Hey! Dogs! What the fuck is that? You need help? Dude, our dogs, man. There's like these two little kids next door. Wait, I just turned down my volume like crazy. There's these two little kids that live like above us, and they're so cute, and we really want our dogs to be chill around them, and it's a process. Cuz they're not chill around like anyone that goes by our front door. Which is nice in some ways. Like, I don't want them to be chill about anyone going by our front door, but we gotta figure out how to teach them specific people. We just gotta do some, like, literal, like, exposure. Their parents are cool. And we need to do, like, some exposure with their parents or something.
Beginning baseline, and then about 20 feet ahead, begin to rise upward to about a 30 to 45 degree angle with the next 25, 30 or so feet.
How do you play Dungeons and Dragons?
2 weeks in? It's too much for you?
I've forgotten entirely what we're supposed to do now. Insight check. I got nothing.
I'm going to do my due diligence and scoot a little ahead of everybody and start looking for traps or anything hinky.
Wait, Max, you should consult that like little scrawny NPC fellow that was supposed. Oh wait, he's dead.
Did anybody see that guy?
Nope.
Yeah, we did. We
Well,
sound
it's on the corpse after it was there, yeah.
Yeah.
Nobody asked me about him.
No, because you did a good job of killing that.
Good killer.
That clearly undead cannibal dwarf eating flesh,
Yeah.
as I saw it. So
Yeah.
problem solved. We're on a timetable here.
Good job, babe.
We should keep moving upwards, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure. Did we just get any items just recently?
No, I picked up that hammer that was hitting me in the face as
we got
often
this.
as.
Oh, yeah, but Percy, the belt?
Yeah, what does it do?
It's stuff, things
That you
right
can
now.
use.
I'm using it right
Okay.
now, but
Alright.
it's nothing you need.
Do we need to do like a switchery-proo of our
Yeah,
items?
we maybe should do that, actually.
We all have potions, right? Did we pass out
At least
potions?
have the one superior.
I've got 3.
Yeah.
From the brass tracking.
Are we gonna take a little 20
Yeah.
minute breather here?
Well, I mean, this is just for us to remember what we're doing. I don't know. Should we stop? I think we're on a timetable. We should keep moving, right? Does anyone need to heal?
We just stopped, right?
You're taking a brief rest after the battle with the troll,
We
where,
did.
where you guys began to look about the inside of the vault, and that's where the part of the exit collapsed.
All right.
I didn't roll any hit dice. Should we roll some hit dice?
Did
I did.
you?
I did.
You
Which
dug
means you should
things.
I did roll
out.
hit dice. Oh, but
You were
he was
doing
doing something. He was
something.
reading or something, so you couldn't.
Yeah, you were trying to read
Dig us
Dwarvish or
out.
something.
Yeah, you were.
And it took an hour.
I clearly
Yeah, so
did not
you-
remember this.
Yeah.
That's right. Oh yeah, I remember. I don't remember what I read, but I remember.
It just said, like, do not enter.
Yeah, there were like things.
Oh yeah. Oh
Yeah,
yeah. Yeah.
Thing and standing around like a bunch of dumb fucks, trying to figure out what to do. I'm going to attune the Deathwalker's ward to necrotic damage.
Alrighty, necrotic it is.
We also need to be on the lookout for that sword. Remember?
Yes.
In the story. It's a sword.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Yes.
Keep your eyes peeled, high perception people.
Okay.
All right.
I
Got it.
literally can't see anything. So,
Wait, no, we have light.
Yeah.
is this some light?
Yeah, see?
Oh, that's nice. Thanks, yeah.
Between her hand, his dagger, and Pike's mace, you have a few
Oh,
light
that's
sources
right.
that you guys
Pike's mace
can
is lit up. We said that last time.
Yeah.
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 But do keep in mind that light sources also do make you a bright beacon in dark places. So.
Yeah. So who wants to provide the? Probably your hands are less noticeable than Pike's mace.
I don't know.
I think it would be
Dude, I wish light was more interesting in D&D. I think it really could be. I think like the biggest issue is the proliferation of dark vision. Like I'm actually dealing with it more in my like current campaign than normal because 2 of my players are humans without dark vision. And it's so I'm not used to it as a GM. Like speaking of like just getting reps and getting like GMing experience, I have so little experience GMing with a party that does not have like predominantly have dark vision. And it's very so like I just don't have like the improv instincts. I don't have the design not sensibilities, but like design instincts, I guess, for how to design around low light puzzles, challenges, difficulty, whatever. Which kind of sucks. Like I wish I had that more. I want to play in a system where that's a little bit more common. Like it's more common to not have darkness or whatever, or not have like something like dark vision. Because yeah, in D&D I'm so not used to it. And I could try to get more used to it in this campaign. And I've experimented a little bit with light. But light to me feels like something that I almost need like a virtual tabletop to do, even though that can't be the case, right? Like that just can't be. I just need to think more about like corners and terrain blocking light and blocking vision. And what made me think of this is Matt's comment about how the light makes you a target, which I think is really cool. Like it's a very good point. It's a really common trope in fantasy fiction of like, I was just reading a book the other day. I was reading, where is it? Is it on the shelf? The Blade Itself. I actually don't think it's in The Blade Itself. I think it's in Before They Are Hanged. But it's right there. And there's an entire segment of that book where the party is being hunted and they like, debate every night. Can we have a fire? Can we not have a fire? Because, like, do we have, like, enough defilades to, like, hide the light from a distance? Or are we a little bit too open and we just have to sleep in the cold and wet and damp? And it's I think it's a super interesting trope. Like, it's a very interesting decision to me. I think one of the problems with working it in from the campfire angle is that in D&D, there's no mechanical sort of detriment to not having a campfire, specifically to not having that fire and that light. And I think in dungeon crawling, if you have a sufficient amount of the party having dark vision, it kind of becomes like just not that big a detriment to just not have torches out. Yeah. But it is so interesting. It's so interesting. And it's something I do want to experiment with more. I think we're getting at a core problem with 5e as it's currently run. Just about every limitation on players is seen as a design goal to make a class that gets to ignore that limit. There's nothing you can reliably rely on as a GM. I mean, I'm not going to call limitation-based design a problem. I think it is reasonable to call it a problem. I'm not going to do it. Because I do think there are some... I think it's debatable. And I actually, for Dragon Week, when I interviewed the lead designer on basic role-playing, we talked about that. We talked specifically about limitation, and I think he referred to it as exception-based design. And how BRP does not go that exception-based design route. And I think there are interesting things to exception-based design. I think the real problem with it, and I think the problem that D&D 5e has really run into, just smacked its head into the wall on, is that you can't make the exceptions more common than the rule, which provides a soft cap on how much you even like. It provides like a soft cap on your design potential, which I do think is a problem. And I think with D&D, if it had wanted to be, hey, we're going to make a single edition, maybe we're going to put out a Xanathar's or a Tasha's, but we're not going to focus on making this the forever edition. If we're just going to make one edition, then we're going to go on to 6E pretty quickly afterward. I think it's totally fine to make that edition an exception-based one. I think it's pretty fine because you're not trapping yourself as much for this longer design cycle. Like the more and more subclasses they have to introduce, the more and more this exception-based design is going to bite them in the ass. Because eventually you run out of core mechanics to accept from, and so you have to start repeating exceptions with different combinations, which then leads us into the dark vision problem. Although the dark vision problem is crazy because it's in there from the very beginning. It's the fucking 5e races. Most of them have dark vision. So I agree and I disagree. I think there is a time and place where it can work, but I think 5th edition was not that time nor that place. I think there should be an extra level of darkness. It doesn't make sense for someone to be able to see without magic when there's literally absolutely no light. I'm with you. I think it would be super reasonable if dark vision, I would still say dark vision should be more limited, and if it just allowed you to see in dim as if it's full. I think that would be super reasonable. I don't think they need to be able to see in darkness. And especially, you could then make a lot of light sources, like torches, maybe give off... I think torches already do, like, 10 feet of bright, 10 feet of dim? I think you could even more reasonably make it 5 feet of bright, 15 of dim, right? And just make more things emit dim light, but make it to where now dark vision is being paired with some manner of light source and just essentially enhances those light sources. Now you can start really getting into light sources as a GM, and it makes a lot more sense. And I would argue allows the dark vision people to feel cooler. It makes them feel like they're avoiding a negative rather than just, I don't know. Right now it kind of feels like the standard default to me. I have a party where only one person has 120-foot dark vision, so I'm making the most of it and designing encounters around darkness, like oil-covered crawl spaces, but if they light a torch, it goes boom. Sure! That sounds awesome. I mean, I think that's a great example of a what I would call like a dangerous path. And then you get some communication in there. Again, I have the unfortunate feeling that like it works the best in a virtual tabletop where you can instance their experience of sense. Like you can just give this token dark vision and these tokens don't have it. And then they get a much more integrated feel of what that darkness is like. But I say that knowing that there has to be a way to do that on the tabletop. People have been doing that on the tabletop for literal decades. I just so happened to cut my teeth in an edition where it didn't really matter. So I know that there's design instincts around that I just don't have. Yeah. Did anyone hear the notification sound? Oh, it was almost certainly on me. That's my bad. I don't have the audio routing that I used to. And I was not in Do Not Disturb on Discord. Yep, went to check Discord, yeah. VTTs really make light and darkness stupidly easy, and for theater of the mind, it's something you have to put real time and focus. Yeah, that real time and focus, yeah. Fire lighting at night is something I've wanted to mechanicalize too. Yes! It's so cool. It's so interesting. And it's a classic trope. And it's a classic trope because it's like a real life. Like, it's not even just a literary trope. It's just something that humans have had to consider for millennia. So I would really love to see some mechanics around that, but that gets into exploration mechanics, yeah. Pretty quickly, 5EV2 was 10 years after 5EV2 1. I'd call that a relatively long time. That's what I'm saying. That's why I'm saying exception-based design is bad for 5E, because they waited 10 years and then didn't even release a new edition. So I think if it was like we're releasing 5E, it's going to be around for 3 or 4 years. We're going to put out one subclass packet, and that's it. And then we're going to move on to 6E. I think exception-based rules and exception-based design could work in that sort of scenario. But 5th edition is not in that scenario at all. Yeah. Do you think Dark Vision should be limited to lineages that come from the Underdark, like Drow or Dwagar? I'd be down. I think that would be an incredibly naturalistic way to go about it. Yes. I think so. But the children yearn for low light vision. The children yearn. I thought dark vision didn't work in pitch black circumstances. You could be correct. That has never been how it has been run at any table I have ever had the fortune to be a part of. Let's check. I'm curious. Dark Vision. I don't want to get one guide. Oh, wait, this is shit. All right, Dark Vision. If you have Dark Vision, you can see in dim light within the specified range as if it were bright. And in darkness within that range as if it were dim light. You discern colors in that darkness only as shades of gray. I mean, it doesn't specify. Let's see, page 136. P136. Anything about dark vision? Anything longer about dark vision, maybe? Dark vision. Oh, this is page 136. Well, let's see. Anything more detailed? That's a spell. That's a sense. That's an optional feature. I'm not seeing anything about that, but it could be. Like, if I go and grab the old, if I go and grab the book and try to find it, I might be able to. Do we want to do another book flipping expedition? I don't think so. Oh, wait, it looks like it's not. Pitch black does not equal low light. Pitch black doesn't equal low light, but I think, oh, now I got to look it back up. I think it said, oh no, that's Dar Vision. I think it said in no light, right? You can see in darkness within that range as if it were dim light. So I guess what is darkness? An area of darkness is heavily obscured. So I guess it depends on if darkness is pitch black or not. That'd be the question. But you can see no light, dim light from memory. At all of the tables it's been ruled as night vision, so I wouldn't know. Yeah. I mean, even if there is a clarification somewhere in some like sage advice that like it doesn't work in pitch black, I don't think that's a very natural way to read it, and that's not the way that any table I've ever run at has read it. So, and you know, it's kind of hard to determine what counts as pitch black. You know, but regardless.
Less intimidated by glowing mace than by glowing hands at this point. Glowing hands is like a small torch firelight. The mace of disruption.
It's like a headlamp.
Yeah.
So maybe we'll not have the base on.
Yeah, okay, I'll just put this away.
Yeah. That sounded just like her.
She's turning more and more Canadian.
Canadian already. Come on.
Oh, yeah.
All right, so if I can have a marching order, please.
Yo, up front, look at the traps, doing the
Did you
thing.
want this acid
That
resistant?
and his
PVC
marching
resistant
orders.
acid.
Index is probably with us. That's what he brought.
Was it?
Yeah, I'll be right behind the twins.
No, I got vertical armor. I've got dragon armor.
It's the twins and then me. Who wants to be
That's
behind?
my old armor.
That's my old armor.
Okay. Do you have trinket out?
I traded.
I'll be
cold and acid.
Dude, this might be too much of the video gamer in me, but maybe this is a hot take. I think if you're going to ask for marching orders as often as Matt does in And I don't know what has made him start doing this, because I'm almost positive he didn't used to ask for it this much. It feels like he's asking for it multiple times a session. They are doing a dungeon crawl, fair enough. But I don't know. It feels more than it used to. And I feel like if you're asking for it this often, legitimately, you should off table get with the players and create different formations. Like, create various formations, various orders, and give them fun names. Give it be like shortest to tallest, you know, when Scanlan's in the front and Grogga's in the back. You know, give them like elf bookends or something. I don't know. You get funnier, get wackier with it. 2 Dragon Monty. I don't even know what that means yet, but they'll figure it out. If you're going to ask for it this much, because I do think there is a value in asking for it often. I'm not trying to say that there isn't, but I think that the value is in the fact that you can then use marching order mechanically. Like, you can use it to set up various traps or various encounters, and you can have that marching order ahead of time. I think that is valuable, and if you ask for it all the time, you're not essentially letting them know that something dangerous is on the way, right? So there's something useful there. But the downside to asking for it all the time, not only do you lose, I think, the tension builder that only asking for it when it matters gives. I do think there's like a value in the tension that can create. But beyond that, it takes so much time. It's like 10 to 30 seconds that is maybe even a minute, depending, maybe a couple of minutes, depending, of time you just never get back. And if you don't use it, then that is just wasted time. It's interrupted the momentum, you know, all this. And so I think if you're going to ask for it this often, I would legitimately encourage the players to like come up with essentially like loadouts, like presets for their marching orders, so that they can just say, okay, yeah, we're doing the 2 no Monty here. And then you can be like, great, 2 no Monty, boom, boom, boom. And then that's it. I think if you do that, you could run it constantly. But I don't know otherwise, man. I don't know. Asking for it when it doesn't matter, I don't know. I feel like you're leaving too much on the table. If I'm going to care about marching order this often, I make them come up with a standard marching order, and then it's on them to tell me if they want to switch. I mean, that's pretty similar to what I'm talking about with like these loadouts. Yeah, I think that's definitely a way to do it. Because, I mean, if we're being honest, the majority of the time they are going to have a standard. So that's fair to have them come up with a default and then say like, hey, you guys are going to go into marching order right now. Do you want to make any changes or whatever? I think that could work, yeah. Oh no, I'm always asking for marching orders. I need to know who's getting hit with the traps or aggroing the mobs, and I don't want to ask for that only when there's something coming and tip my hand. That's what I'm saying. I think that's perfectly fine. Does the audio still peak uncomfortably for others? Okay, it was peaking for me a little bit. So let me turn it down a little bit more because I was hearing the peaks. It's just gonna make me a little bit quiet compared to Critical Role, I think. I think this like condenser is not as good at handling my, let me see. Actually, wait, I have it on dynamic. Okay, I switched it on to, oh, holy shit. Okay. Wait a second. The dynamic condensing may have just not been able to handle. It may not have been able to handle me. Wait a second. Okay. I got way quieter. Let me try turning that shit up. Oh my god, yeah. I'm at like full gain now, and I think it sounds fine. I don't know. It might sound worse for you guys. We're gonna try that. But yeah. So I think it's fair to do that, but I think I would get a standard at that point just to speed it up. You know, they're all at the same table. They have minis. Just have the players position them in the tunnel. That's also fair. If you have a map and you have minis, totally fair. I feel like Matt is asking for it during Theater of the Mind segments at this point, though. You know? The other way to handle marching orders is to heavily imply it in a low-stakes situation before a high-stakes one. Vaxxer walking in front and are the first to see. It's definitely a way. I mean, I think you can... I think this is also the question of, like... Is the marching order dynamic enough to even warrant talking about it? Like, is there enough dynamicism? Ooh. Is there enough, like, change even possible within your party's dynamic? Or are they doing the same thing every time? If they're doing the same thing every time, you probably just get a standard, then everyone puts it into that standard. And we just go from there. It doesn't feel like it's like really worth litigating every time, I guess is my point. Like, I can see asking for it more often than I do. I think that's fair. But relitigating it every time, I don't see a ton of value in. I think my table is sort of emergently handled on what you described. Like, I know who's up front without asking. I'll double check at intervals. Yeah, I think that's fair. I think the most of the thing that I see the problem with is, yeah, like discussing it every time, even if you're using it pretty often. Yeah.
Sorry, that's right. She traded you my armor once upon a time.
Versus after Grog.
No.
Me.
Keyleth, and then we have Pike and Scanlan holding up the rear.
Sure.
Alrighty, there you go.
So,
Have that time. How far ahead are you?
20 feet.
Okay, so 20 feet ahead, you begin to make your way up the incline, and it is a loose rock in this tunnel. As you step, there are elements that kind of skid and kind of fall beneath the pressure of your feet, and you have to be careful, you assume, as you progress up the incline based on how much it continues upward to keep your footing.
Yeah.
Brother,
Yeah?
make sure you stay within 60 feet of me.
I turn around and look at her and go, all right.
You said you're 20 fucking feet in front of me. I'm using my fucking earring to whisper to you.
You're stage whispering, and that's very easy to hear.
Stay within fucking 60 feet of me, all right?
I love you.
Okay.
Perception check. Investigation for traps, yeah?
Yes.
Yeah. That is a 25.
Okay. No traps catch your attention. As you progress forward, you begin to notice the tunnel seems to be pincerting a bit the further you go. The sides of the walls begin to close in, and eventually, about 30 feet ahead, comes from the about 15, 20 foot width that the initial entranceway into this natural or carved tunnel was, pinches to about 3 feet wide.
How tall?
About 5.5, 6 feet tall.
Is this pressure by design, or is this just like what's been done to the structure by the transformation?
Well, you probably have to get closer to see. Where you are currently, it looks like part of the tunnel was carved outward, and then kind of just was shaken, and elements of it collapsed and loosened the earth that at one point was packed to the sides.
And the tunnel's rising steadily upwards?
Yeah, it's coming in an incline.
How's it look?
It's dark up there. I can only see about 60 feet up. How far does it keep going beyond that?
Mm-hmm.
Well,
the incline isn't increasing terribly. Like, it's about a 45-degree incline and just maintains that up until the outside of your visual range.
Okay. You know, I'm a punching bag for this shit. Why don't you all wait here a minute? Wait. We can use the room.
Wait. Yes.
Wait.
Do you want me to...
I mean, I think this is interesting based on what I'm understanding of it, of like in one direction, where's my pen? I lost it. Wait, I actually did lose it. Where is it? What? Okay, well, I guess I'll draw with a mouse then. It's like it's going upward from the side view, but then it's also pinching inward from this view, which is very much like, in my head, bringing them towards the idea of scaling it and or flying. Which, I mean, I like the idea of scaling it no matter what. I think climbing is a good background challenge, because climbing is not that mechanically complicated. It's some athletics checks, maybe some dexterity if you're feeling generous to your low strength folks. And there's a lot of tools to assist in climbing. There's literal climbing gear. There are some classes that assist in climbing, like Thief. There are some races that have climbing speeds, like Tabaxi. So it's like climbing is a good kind of background thing. It's very accessible, but it's kind of like fighting in the air. It's like flying light, right? Fighting while flying is always has this an inherent risk to it. That's what I talk about with big air. Being in the air always has an inherent risk of falling, even no matter how you're managing to attain flight. And climbing has a very similar risk, but it also has more options for like arresting your fall, right? So if you were to cast the spell Fly on yourself, and then someone casts Dispel Magic on you, right? Or they counterspell it for some reason. Say you're already in the air, then you cast Fly, and then they counterspell. The only way out of that situation is to either cast Fly again, or cast like Feather Falling. But those are like kind of your two options. Maybe Levitate, but it's all like spells. It's like if you're a marshal and you're falling, there's very little you can do about it. Whereas if you're climbing, there is actually quite a lot more you can do about a potential fall, but you also probably have less access to like mobility. Maybe you have disadvantage on attacks. Maybe you don't have disadvantage because you're wielding like a one-handed weapon or something. I don't know. But your mobility is kind of limited. So I think there's like it's an alternative version of big air that I think is much more suited towards marshals. So I really like a good climb. We'll see if they actually end up climbing or if they just end up flying. I think it's much more likely that they'll just fly up this kind of incline. But we'll see. I don't know. A side view battle map, that would be awesome, right? It could be. I mean, especially if you're in this very like skinny tunnel, because I think most of the issue with a side view battle map is the fact that like most like encounters that you are in almost definitionally have width to them. Like there's length and width to them. There's a square footage area, and that's really, really hard to capture on side view. But if you're in like an ant farm sort of scenario, where, oh, am I still peaking? Let me turn it down a little bit. If you're in an ant farm sort of scenario where you're in this very skinny tunnel, a side view battle map could be really fun. Yeah. Like a cliff face? Sure. A cliff face could totally work. Yeah. Yeah. Especially if you have some like flying type enemies. The only issue would be, how do you represent? I think it would almost be more interesting if no one could fly. Because like if you're looking at the cliff face, the idea of like representing something coming out from that cliff face, I think would be pretty difficult. I guess you could use elevation. A lot of tools and a lot of tabletops have elevation tools, so you could use that and, just use that for like the flying things. You'd have to be comfortable at using those sorts of tools, but that could work. That's a fun idea. Just like flip the entire world horizontal, especially for like lower level when people have less consistent access to fly. That could be kind of fun. I could see that. Yeah. Flying goes into the same category as, oh, you've eliminated a good source of tension challenge for me, 5e, that Dark Vision goes into IMO. Oh, I mean, we're not even going to get into that, but yes, you're correct. 100%. Totally agree. Especially because you could make flying a spell. You could make it an appropriate level. I think 3rd level is a little bit too low, personally. But you could make it an appropriate level. That's fine. but making species that can just fly by default, like Aarakocra, insane. Can't believe they did that. Bad. Boo Patooey. Like, the only reason you can do that is because you know that it's already not a feasible form of challenge because of your other design decisions. It's just admitting defeat. Not to be too harsh. But then we also have the Broom of Flying, which is an uncommon magic item, which is crazy. It should be rare at least. It just within how D&D is currently designed and balanced, it should be rare. If not, I mean, if I had my druthers, we're looking at very rare. Maybe fucking artifact. I don't know. I don't think that I think like the flying carpet, especially, that can choose like several people. Yeah. Yep. Nope. Yep. It does go into that same category. Totally true. Yeah. At least people don't fly until mid levels. It's true. But it should be even higher than that. Yeah. Conceptually, I dislike that Daggerheart has both an ancestry and a class that just get it at level 1 for free, but weirdly, my players have never chosen either option, so... Well, and they're also different, right? The way that flying is handled in Daggerheart is different than how it is handled in D&D, and I think that difference is off-putting to some people. Like, the way in which you end flying. I don't really like the way that it's designed in Daggerheart, personally. But I don't know. Is what it is. In it. Is what it is, man. I'm not, that's one of the things that I really don't like about Daggerheart is the way that they implemented and designed flying. What are you gonna do? D&D item rarity is crazy. Do you know the rarity of the Helm of Teleportation? Rare. Up to 3 teleport spells in a day. Can't even be counterspelled. That is fucking crazy. That is oh, dude, I mean, don't even get me started on it. This, I believe, is a very rare, but it is still just insane. If it's actually only rare, I might go a little bit crazy. What is it? Ring of... telekinesis. Is it very rare or rare? It's very rare. Okay. It should be. It should be very rare. But even this, man, you can just cast telekinesis at will. A 5th level spell at will. And a good 5th level spell at that. Yeah, they go a little nutty with the magic items in D&D, which I honestly... it's hard for me to get mad at magic item design. Like, I'll get mad about the Broom of Flying, not because it's even terrible design. Because at the end of the day, it's an item, and there isn't a class that gets guaranteed access to various items. So, like, the Broom of Flying, to me, or the Helm of Teleportation, those are noob traps. And they are the type of trap that you fall into once as a DM, and then you don't fall into it again. Like, you get it, right? And so, it's always difficult for me to muster the same gumption about items. I'm similar with feats. Like, you can ban a feat. You can ban an item. I get much more uppity about things like Aarakocra, honestly. Like, things that are just presented as, even feats. I'll get more uppity about a feat than I will about a magic item. Because they're just so optional. You just don't have to include them. And I don't, most of the time. Unless I'm, like, making it a point to include it. Yeah. I think you might be behind on Daggerheart Flying. It doesn't have any special ending rule on final release, unless I missed something. Wait, really? Really? Am I going crazy? I need to take this off the screen. What? No, come back. What? Stop. Break out. Boom, 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 boom. I want to sign in without doxing myself. Gimme. There we go. Yeah, because I do know, I feel like it was worse in original release, but I still don't remember liking it on final. If there's no ending condition, I like it even less, to be fair. Let's see. Daggerheart. Do I own it on this account? Is this the correct account? View source. View source? Yeah, I do. Okay. Bringing it back. We're bringing it back. Fireball. Because it's fairy, right? Wings. You can fly. While flying, you can mark a Wait, what? I mean, I didn't like it in the playtest, but that was when it wasn't just unlimited. Like, that's crazy. Yeah, okay, I don't like that. That's very powerful. And just for comparison, I'm currently playing in me and her game, my beautiful, breathtaking, gorgeous wife. I'm playing a human fungrel. So, and I've got adaptability. When you fail a roll that utilizes one of your experiences, you can mark a stress to re-roll. Not even to succeed. To re-roll. The fungrel one is cooler. I've got fungrel network. Make an instinct roll to use your mycelial ray to speak with others of your ancestry. On success, you can communicate across any distance. This is pretty dope. I can't lie. But also, it has a roll to activate it. You have to risk giving the GM fear. That's crazy that fairies can just fly. They can just choose to fly. I mean, it's a little bit less egregious than the Aarakocra in 5e, only because I would say Daggerheart is a less like battle map tactical game. It leans a little bit more into the Theater of the Mind style, especially with the ranges the way they are. And flying is more interesting in those sorts of things, but it still just removes an entire category of challenge. So, both had their nerfs removed. Crazy. That's wild. I hate the Book of Many Things expansion with a burning passion. The entire thing is a noob trap for DMs. Yeah. No comment. Yep, I agree.
Fly up there.
Well, will you go with me?
Of course. Can you not use your wings?
Nah, they're gone.
Well, then hop on.
This could be the last time we do this. Come on.
Oh, God. Oh, jeez.
Well, there's only 4 games left, Sam.
Should we be... You don't know that.
It's scripted.
Wait, is there actually only 4 games left? Wait, was he correct? Oh my God. Wait. How do they know that? Like, wait, actually? Wait, how? What? Wait. Huh? I'm confused.
Wait.
That's gonna be a Reddit thread later.
Do we have Paso de Trace on?
I don't know them.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, I think that probably did it by now.
Not if you haven't recast except for the long rest or the short rest. It wouldn't matter, so.
Okay, should I cast that on this? No.
Yes.
No, wait, I should.
I mean, yeah, like 4 episodes isn't a crazy guess. It is just crazy that the guess was correct.
Because I got a proficiency bonus. So we're both stealthy still.
Right back in.
We're fine. So we're just gonna go. I'm not casting it. But
Coast on up.
here's the thing.
Yeah.
Everybody stay right at the bottom. We're gonna fly up, but we're not gonna fly up more than 60 feet away from them.
Right. We'll go 60 feet up, see what we can see.
And then come back down.
Oh, you sure? Or you could stay there and I could go even further up, 60
All
feet.
right, as long as everybody's within
Yeah.
60 feet of me.
Yeah.
Because we're getting really close and I don't want Vecna to see us.
Okay.
I've got this ring.
Okay, that's right.
Yeah.
I've got that ring.
Yeah.
Ah, yeah. Yeah. All right, let's do that.
So as you guys glide up on the broom,
Stealthily.
I want you guys both to roll stealth check, please.
Stealthily.
Picture your fucking 300 dice.
Not that die.
Ooh, that's good.
You almost, you almost made me back up.
Thirty.
Temperament left. 29.
30.
All right.
Yeah, man.
That's impressive. All right, so as you both quietly coast your way past this entranceway, squeezing into this 2.5, 3 foot wide location, you get just within the 60-foot range and look up, and Vax, you step off the broom and make your way quietly up to the other side of the range. You get about 30 feet beyond the broom before your vision meets where this tunnel seems to end, and it looks like there is some sort of a solid rocky blockage.
What do you see?
It's corked up.
Excuse me.
It's all right.
Holy shit, the forbidden technique. That's the avatar. He's combining big air and big rock. I could have never foreseen this. He's gone beyond what basic techniques I could have imagined. He's combining them.
Yeah, it's blocked up with stone. I guess I'd have to get a closer look, see if we could get through.
Well, get a closer fucking look.
If we have to, we can just have Grog beat it down.
Yes, but quiet is the key word.
Is it? I mean, this is a pretty. We could just try and time it to a step.
A step, that's true.
And on the sides to get my way
Oh,
up
thank you.
closer to it, looking for any traps.
Okay. Go ahead and make an athletics check as you're climbing up to maintain the strength as the incline is now towards the end, getting more and more steep.
Get ready to catch me.
I'm gonna just hover.
Yes!
Oh, that's good.
My athletics is a 2, but I rolled a 19, so 21.
Okay, yeah. Definitely you manage to find the proper handholds and pull your strength up as the final bit becomes a little bit of an upper body weight carrying situation, and you come to the edge of the rock and you see it. It does appear to be like some sort of a rocky cave-in or some larger boulder of some kind that has just fallen or been placed to close.
Single thing? It's not
It looks to be
bunch of-
one solid rock, yeah. I mean, at this point, the entrance is about 4 foot by 2 foot, and it's just all blocked by one solid piece of rock.
Yeah. Where's that thing? We're not getting through this. Maybe... Hey, I'm not getting through this. You're not. Maybe Kiki can.
Can you see any other openings?
Making
I'm gonna
must be a perception check.
Okay.
Matt, my friends just told me to start paying attention to the cadence of the steps to see if they change in any discernible way.
Okay.
That's what we're doing. While they do that, we're timing the steps out.
Make a perception check.
20.
All right. Sure.
Okay.
Sure.
15.
15.
Yeah. Cool.
12.
Okay. Fuck. It's not.
I mean, I don't think there's anything to it, but fuck yeah, that sounds like a fun idea. Maybe there is something going on. Maybe that was a good idea. I don't know.
That difficult to discern the pattern in the steps. The entirety of this titan shifts and quakes with each footfall, so it's pretty easy to find the pattern. It rarely changes, and you imagine any slight shift that you feel as they're going about this is because it's stepping on or through terrain that is not flat.
Okay.
But it is a pretty discernible pattern.
We could have Grog smash it down in tempo with the steps so that the sound would be covered.
That's Shawshank Redemption.
Well, that's fun.
Tainted Love, Levi's commercials, but yeah.
Did I see any other...
Glancing at
Wait a minute. I doubted them. That's a fun idea. See the fun that comes of Big Rock? What can I say? What can I say? I'm gonna make this my, like, big piece of DM advice. This is gonna be my thing, I guess. It's going to be maps, and it's going to be big elements. Write that down. Write that down. Chat. Clip this. Clip this. I'm all about Big Rock. That's my entire... I'm going to write a book just called Big Rock, and every page is a different example of how you can use Big Rock to get big fun. Big Rock, big fun. That's the subtitle. Title, Big Rock. Subtitle equals big fun. Subtitle, a DMing guide. Subtitle, better than the Book of Many Things.
about, not really, it mostly looks like loose rock, and the more you glance about with each impacting footfall, you see 2 or 3 errant rocks. You guys watch as more rocks kind of tumble down the incline.
Maybe we need to do this quickly. This doesn't seem like the most stable sort of tunnel. Hop on the broom, darling.
And hey,
I like the idea of you.
And hey, we gotta do this quickly. It's not the most stable sort of tunnel. And what does Big Rock do? It just delays. You have to either trade your time or your resources. And Big Rocks are only so good as the timer they are paired with. So Matt, including the little the things falling in, you immediately hear Laura Bailey say it. Immediately, she goes, "We gotta get a move on. We gotta go." It just works. It just works. It just works, and Matt knows how to use it, and I will never take that away from him. I will never take it away from him. In my recent games, the players were traversing caves under rampaging Tarrasque. Climbing through tight, collapsing tunnels was as horrifying as I intended. Big energy of those cave diving videos. Those are so scary, dude. I hate watching those cave diving videos, but that's a good energy to bring in. Yes.
Just punching this at the appropriate moment.
It also saves me a 6th level spell.
Well, that's what's most important.
Oh, that's a good one, Daniel. That's a good one, Daniel O'Day. Barbarian's Guide to GMing.
Are the knuckles still doing that vibrating?
And what is more like a warlock than to write a book from a different class's perspective just to sell more copies? It all just works.
Hum thing?
Yeah. Time for punch revolution.
All right. Can I go into a rage?
You may.
And I would like to try and bash the shit out of this.
In tempo.
Okay.
Tempo.
This is a tight tunnel for you. Like you have to like crouch down, round your shoulders
Yeah, but it's
as you're doing
I'm
it.
gonna do the what is
So make an athletics check
Yeah, kill it.
with advantage because you are raging.
Yeah, because I'm a great monster. Died like a tiger. 21.
Okay. So here's the scenario.
Oh no.
Vex and Vex. As you guys are on the broom in the tunnel, you look down, and you know in Labyrinth, when the cleaner comes through the tunnel, it fills the entirety of the space. You watch as this angry Goliath starts going up the tunnel towards you, and there does not appear to be much of any space you could squeeze through.
Was there a bubble at the top, maybe?
Wait, Grog? Oh god, can we pass under his legs or something?
Dive.
Reach quietly.
You can both attempt to make an acrobatics check to attempt to squeeze between his legs.
There's not much room there.
Acrobatics. 22.
30 something.
It's not comfortable, but you both out the back between his monstrous Goliath eyes, which from a backward perspective, those of you who are still waiting, a little further down the tunnel from Vex, it's a unique sight, as the back end of your Goliath friend suddenly gives birth to 2 half elves. It's very Ace Ventura too. Yeah. However, you eventually climb your way angrily up to the very edge, and there's the boulder there, and you're about to just go right towards it, but then stop and remember what your friends had said, and you wait patiently for the pattern of the next footfall. All right.
All right.
Go ahead and roll an attack.
The drop.
Can I make a rag? I didn't say it.
But you do extra damage because you're.
Oh, siege. Yeah. Oh, it's fine. 30.
Yeah. All right. So roll 1d4 damage.
Yeah, Monday 4. 4.
Plus your strength modifier and your rage damage.
8. Yes. 27.
Whoa. Forward now. Okay.
Whoa. Wait. You did double already?
No.
Wait. So it's 4.
4 plus
8, which is 12.
12. And my range damage is 15. Well, that's with the axe.
That's the axe. Yeah. No.
What's
That's your
rage
overall.
modifier?
No, okay. So your rage damage is level 4 because you just went up a level.
Right.
So it's 12 plus 4 is 16.
Yay.
So you do 32 points of bludgeoning damage with a single punch to this rock. With one hit, the entire boulder shifts and cracks, and you watch as part of it kind of breaks away, and you see a brief glimmer of what looks to be some sort of a dull light from the opposite side as it and rests back into place, heavily damaged.
Wait for the tempo again. And
that'll be fun.
bump.
You wait for the next footfall to tighten. You feel the impact and the shake. You want to go for another punch?
Do I hit it now? Yes!
Roll another attack.
Well, that's even better. 33.
Easily enough. Go ahead and roll another d4.
2 plus 8, 10 plus
4 for rage damage. All right. And so with that, your fist slams into the boulder a second time. It just explodes and shatters into hundreds of crumbled pieces of rock and stone. Goes firing in the distance across this tunnel, now revealing what seems to be a little bit of flickering firelight. As you're sitting there, kind of just seething with anger and your muscles and veins.
Dude, I just realized I'm not watching it on OBS. Man, it's been so long. I almost always watch on OBS so that my eye line is, like, correct-ish. I don't watch on the actual monitor. And then I just realized I'm just staring off to the side, not even looking in the direction of chat, my notes, the screen from your guys' perspective. Shit, bro. Damn it. With those gauntlets, Grog really is made to destroy Big Rock. Fuck yeah. Absolutely he is. It's awesome. I love those gauntlets. I do. The 2x damage in certain situations, it's almost like having like an offensive vulnerability. It's like when I hit you, I apply a vulnerability, which is sick. I love that in my weapons. I love weapons in video games that are like, specifically good against certain types of enemies. Moreover, I normally like synergies that I can put together. So I think Baldur's Gate 3 has this a lot of like this weapon does this specific thing in this specific scenario. The one that I'm immediately thinking of is like the sparkle hands that you get in the swamp at the Woodwode fight. They give you advantage while you have lightning charges. You get advantage against things wearing metal armor. Incredible. Love it. That's absolutely my type of shit. And I think that Grog's gauntlets really fall into that area. Yeah. Imagine Matt put that ability on the gauntlets, planning for this all along. I believe we can be confident that he did not actually. Yeah. I mean, I don't think he needs to have. I think much more likely Matt's looking at the challenges, and like I'm always thinking about my players when I'm designing challenges. I'm spitballing in my head ways that they might approach it. And I literally had a thought yesterday while prepping that was like, ooh, I want to give this a little bit more of an investigation flair because I know that this player loves rolling investigation. That's like one of their favorite things in the world. And so I want to give it a little bit more of that flair so that they're able to do that. I want to get, maybe I'll sprinkle in some sensory clues so that it feels a little bit more investigative. And so I can imagine Matt prepping out this like tunnel that they have to get through and then saying, well, if I just put a big rock at the center, that gives Grog a really fun opportunity. And I don't really know that Grog's had a lot to do. Like Vax and Vex had all of those lock-picking sections. There's a lot of stealth going on. There's maybe some, druids always find a way to be useful. So I think it's very reasonable to think that Matt might have just been prepping this and just thought, oh, I want something for Grog. And absolutely did it well. Did it fantastic, I would say.
Bulging with each breath. Oh, yeah. You can see above you, this entranceway opens up into a 5-foot wide, 10-foot tall hallway that goes to the right and left. Or like as you emerge, it kind of goes a little bit to the right and front, and then to the back and behind you that direction.
You guys, it's a Z.
What? What do you see?
Is a Z in the road?
Oh, let me find out. So I can look it up a little bit more.
First and last letter of the alphabet?
Wait, actually, okay, I know we're only at 34 minutes, but I really have to pee. So I'm going to leave you with some sweet tunes. And by leave you with some sweet tunes, I mean I'm not going to do that because, wait, can I pull it up quickly enough? I would have to pull up the YouTube backend. One moment. Wait. I don't want you guys to be left all alone. Oh, wait. You guys can listen to a song that I've been fucking listening to so much recently. I'll put it on repeat. And if this gets me taken down, it gets me taken down. That's what happens. But I will say first of all, Unver Meidbar, love your music. Love your music, and I'm leaving chat in your capable hands. So yeah. Goodbye. I have to pay.
Cantati alle canibolti kutkutti Jevan arti se tutta savati van kilahan jevan se jutkutti Sila heimeta silon kielot haita Kynja tanssi malaya salaita Sani vili hipput tupput tappide epput tipput hiljale ja voivutti. Ei tätä poiko mälki saita, silloin kalasko laajassa laitan. Sali vile hipput tupput, täppidä eppit tipput hiljaalleen.
Dude, shout out. Shout out the Ivan Polka. This is Finnish? I did not know this is Finnish, but it's great. I figured out I liked folk recently. A lot of my recent ones are folk. We've got the Dreadnoughts, Flogging Molly, the Rumjacks. Sainted Millions is also awesome. Oh. Okay. Yeah, absolutely. Paige is going into a meeting. I just realized that you guys can't see my music that I was showing you. But yeah, my recent ones have been, this is the best World Cup song, and I will not hear any argument to the contrary.
I'm from Bosnia, take me to America. I really want to see Statue of Liberty. I can no longer wait, take me to United States. Take me to Golden Gate, I will assimilate.
God, it makes me want to go to Bosnia. I'm sorry, I just got told to be quieter, but man, I love, dude, I literally listen to this song while I work out. Sometimes I listen to this song on repeat while I work out. I'm from Bosnia, I have no idea what they're saying. I should probably look it up before I sing it on stream, but anyways. Oh, man. I have no idea what the licensing situation would be, but bardcore is a beautiful search term for music that has a similar vibe. That's a good search term. Yeah, I realized I like folk. I've always said before that I like songs I feel like I could sing around the fire with my friends. And I like songs that have like a story to them. It's like Unleash the Archers is one of my favorite like hard metal bands. And a lot of the metal that I like is much more power metal. It has much clearer tones. It feels like even if I can't sing it in around a fire, I can imagine myself singing it at a concert and like having a lot of, and that being like a very additive experience, not just for me, but like everyone like shouting out the song would be like additive to the experience of listening to it. I think the most prime example of this is if you ever look up, Mary on a Cross by Ghost, and see like their live like cut of it. That song is like a power metal song. I don't even know if it's power metal, but it's like it's power something. And I just like singing, I think. I don't really like listening to music all that much, but I really love singing music. And so I like listening to music that even when I'm listening to it, I'm singing it in my head or I'm dancing to it, because I also really like to dance. And the Ivan Polka really makes me want to dance. I just want to get up there. I want to start doing the horn fiffing. I want to do some line dancing. Ooh, that makes me feel like I want to get up. They're clearly singing in Finnish, said by a Swede with Finnish heritage who has more reason than most in chat to know how this is how Finnish sounds. Fair enough. I was like, you could have fooled me. I would have assumed Northern Europe. But you could have told me that was Polish, and I probably would have believed you. I don't know the intricacies, the web, Danish, maybe Swedish, I don't know. Bosnian ska, new genre unlocked. I think I love that World Cup song because it is so unapologetic about what it is. I hate World Cup songs that feel I don't know, like too mass market. Now I do say that, but also Waving Flag is like an all-timer, so, you know, maybe I'm a hypocrite. Fucking lock me up, because Waving Flag is an absolute all-timer, but, you know, I think that the Bosnian ska for me is a close second. My favorite is We Are One. I haven't heard We Are One. Wait. I gotta take it off again. Oh no, what happened? Whatever. I don't care that much. What the fuck? Okay, there we go. Absolute banger. I'll have to look it up. Poland is Eastern Europe, not Northern Europe. Is it? I mean, I guess. I guess that's like saying that, like, Pennsylvania is Eastern U.S., not Northern U.S., even though it literally is Northern U.S. Like, I don't know. That gets weird. Because then it's like, is it only North if it's also centered? That feels weird to me. I feel like that's like coastal elitism. I feel like that's like coastal elitism because I feel like it should be at the corners. So, like, I'd say that Washington is a northern state. I'd say Washington is more of a northern state. Fucking lock me up for this one. I feel like it's more of a northern state than a western state. Your Android phone will keep feeding it. Yep, I realized that as it was happening. Fun times. Incognito. You're so freaking right. You're so freaking right. That's so true. Wait. I should just do that whenever I'm on stream, honestly. That just seems like a good idea. Just broadly. But, like, I don't know, man. I'm looking at Europe, and that looks pretty damn north to me. Like, if I'm, like, this is Europe to me. Like, all of this. And it's like, Poland's north, I feel like. I feel like the center's, like, right here. And then I go, whoop, 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 whoop. And Poland's in the north, bro. Poland's in the north. What can I say? Oh wait, I can't. I'm not showing it. Dang it. I did several foops. We're not in a good enough setup to do it right now. I need my setup to be better. The map is not on screen. I know. Shit. It'll randomly decide to put a dot on the store you visited yesterday or some shit. Yeah, I mean, luckily I just moved, so almost all of those addresses were out of date. They're much like closer to where I used to live. So that's good. I will still edit this out of the YouTube live, and this is why it goes unlisted before it goes public. But whatever. The geographical parts of Europe is as much cultural as it is geographic, so that's why it's not Northern Europe because of history. I mean, that's fair enough. That's quite a lot of the U.S. too. Like, Oklahoma is the South, but Kansas is like not really the South unless you're from certain parts of Kansas, and then it kind of is the South. And Missouri's definitely the South. Even though Missouri goes further north than Kansas does. So you're fair. You're totally fair for that. And if we get even more detailed, I would call Missouri Ozarkia, but that's not even a conversation we're ready to have. Yeah, I can't see what you're drawing on. I did several whoops. I did. You don't have a center for a state? I feel like it's like, I mean, that is fair. That's a fair point. I guess it would be actually, if I'm being honest with myself, it would be central. So it would be more like this. It would be more like the center, and then we draw the whoops. And this does count because Kansas is just central United States. It's not north, it's not south. Missouri's south because they made their choices. They made their own decisions in the Civil War. And they're the South forever now. But Kansas is central. And I would even say Nebraska is central. If I only get to break them into these zones. Fuck it. Colorado and Wyoming, also central. We gotta go to like the Dakotas before we get to north. Right? And then like Minnesota, Wisconsin, Montana, Idaho. Right? Those are the north. Yeah. Just like Poland is Central Europe in my mind. That's fair. It did look kind of in the center. I feel like the center in my head of Europe, what's the center of Europe in my head? Let me think about it. Germany, Austria, Switzerland. There's another one that I'm forgetting. Is it Hungary? It's not Hungary. There's one that borders Switzerland that I'm forgetting. Because once we get too far south, we get to like Croatia. And if it touches the Mediterranean, it can't be central in my head. So like Italy's out. Even northern Italy is out. It's not allowed. There's another country I'm forgetting, but I can't recall it. So I'm moving on. So you agree that the South is a vibe? Oh yeah, the South is a vibe. The South is most assuredly a vibe. And I am being pedantic when I say that Washington is the North, because the Washington is definitely West Coast. Yeah. Liechtenstein was unironically the country I was trying to think of. Yeah. Yeah. Anyways. I'm having a hard time remembering where the line is between Europe and Asia since it's not really reflected in the shape of the land. No, it's like, I feel like it's a debated line. Like, I feel like some people would say that parts of Russia are in Europe and like, but then parts are in Asia. I think some people would say all of Russia is in Asia. I think Turkey a lot of times is like, is it Asia? Is it Europe? Purely from an American POV, an American who is vaguely interested in geography and world politics. I feel like it's just kind of an ineffable line. And like, that doesn't even touch on the Middle East and India, which are like culturally very different, but don't really have their own continents. There's an actual scientific answer to Europe versus Asia. No. What do we mean by science? Like, do you mean like the tectonic plates? Like where the Asia plate and the Europe plate are? I feel like maybe we can talk about that. But I feel like if it's not that, it's all cultural. Because, like, the continents are just cultural. Like, what's the difference between, like the Americas, The Americas are all different, like, in Oceania. It's all fake, It's one world. It's all just what we say it is. The plates. Oh, I mean, yeah, I guess you can go on the plates. Honestly, the plates is probably the best way to do it, but then there are going to be some countries that the plates cut through, Weirdly, Poland is more southern Europe than northern geographically. That's crazy. That is crazy. You're talking crazy to me right now. I guess it's just cuz all of the Scandinavians are so north. Like, yeah, I guess that's fair. Anyways.
Don't worry about it.
So you squeeze out of the small entranceway and step up into it. You can see now this is a well-constructed hallway. You can see there are stone slabs that are carved. The patterns and the angular architecture of this hall, as it kind of almost comes up into a trapezoid position, like the hall kind of comes in a bit, and the hallway rooftop is a flat, even surface. This is apparently a hall of dwarven make, and seems to be a continuation of some sort of structure or pathway of Famara.
Let the twins take a look. I think we'll be safe.
It's a well-constructed hallway of dwarvish make.
That's very
That belt does some very strange things to your friend. That was the beard
reach
talking.
under his
Back
legs
off,
again to
back
try to
off.
like see what's going on.
Okay, you guys all can eventually make your way up into this hallway.
Under Grog's legs.
Yeah.
The birthing process. Now, it is still a 5-foot wide hallway, so you're still here. It's a single file progression one way or the other.
Twins are already at the top looking for problems, traps,
All right, so you guys will be able to, because it is a 10-foot.
Dude, I mean, I feel like Travis missed a bit, and this is why we need freaking Orion back on the show, because Orion would have said he had a half chub there, and we would have... and it would have been hilarious and not awkward at all. It wouldn't have been extremely uncomfortable to say that in that scenario. And what a fool Travis is. And what a fool he is.
Tall, telling you guys would be able to occupy a space above another party member if you were both on the broom.
Oh. Should we be on the broom?
But otherwise,
No,
guys-
you should.
Ooh, wait a minute. I like this question. I'm running Call of the Netherdeep adventure and trying to deal with the rival party, which is 5 relatively fleshed out characters. How do you stay aware of personalities, goals, etc.? I actually have a thing that I have been using lately that one of my friends recommended, but he recommended it off of a different YouTuber. Let me pull up a different window, and we're pulling it up separately this time. I believe, oh gosh, what is the name? Wait, I have to pull up Discord because I'm not. It's Danny DM. Oh, I can't remember his name. His channel has the word DM in it, and I don't remember what it's called. It's okay, wait, let me see if I can find it based on because I have a great answer to this question, but I want to give the credit where it is due. DM, I'm gonna call it character framework. It's Mystic Arts. Mystic Arts, I remember now. It doesn't have the word DM in the title. Shit. Fantastic YouTube channel, fantastic fella. And let's see. I think I will recognize the thumbnail. Oh, and I'm not showing it to you guys. Wait, let's put Mystic Arts in there. There we go. Why both XP and Milestone fail? No. Players don't get it. Why this actually matters. The OCR, single player, draw steel. Oh, where is it? Why you have to make time matter? Fucking speaking my language. Heavy recommend on this channel. Number 1. Number 2. Oh, man. I'm going to have to find, I know my friend sent me the link. Basically, let me see. Mystic Arts character spotlight, maybe? Rendering scenes. Yes.
If you struggle with having your players believe in the secondary world, the world you're all playing in together, it may be an issue with your render. I work in video games, so when we talk about render...
Yes, the render, bro. The render. Let me see. Oh, wait. Is this different? Shit, this actually might be a different video than the one I'm thinking of. You have to render NPCs.
Your NPCs are born in the dark.
Yes, it's this video. Recommend why your NPCs don't feel real. Fantastic video. I know exactly what this is. Let me see if I can find where it is. Old Man Whitlock, bit part in film, revisiting, NPCs aren't the heroes. Okay. I don't know if he actually shows this on screen ever, but I made and my friend made, we like worked together on what we call a character framework. And I don't have one handy purely because we switched my setup recently, but I know this is a really long answer to the question, but I have like a really succinct and like pointed answer. And so I want to like get it the best that I can. I'm going to have to scroll back through me and my wife's texts because I sent it to her one day. And it's going to be awesome when we find it. It's going to rule, and the time that it takes is not going to be wasted. And that's the thing that you guys need to understand about it. This is us looking back through, I think, looking for apartments. Oh, yep, that's all this, yes. Something awaits for me in the divine for resisting, also a classic banger. Shit. Because I'm trying to find the exact things, because I actually want to give you very actionable advice, and I can, if I can freaking find this. Okay. We're going to go with a different one. We're going to go with a different person. Let me see if I can just go on the media. Yes! Okay, I found it. I found it. Okay, so I have a template. I have a template that me and my friend made based off of this video. Number one, fantastic video. Go give it a watch. But I ask myself these questions when making his when prepping them for a specific scene. So these are not meant to be like, this is not meant to be a framework that will describe the character entirely. This is meant to be a framework to be a practical tool to use for running that character during a particular scene. So some of the questions are contextual, which I think is really important. And the very first one is role in the story. So this is question number one. Maybe we don't even, this is the first one. And this is this is what their purpose within the story is. So it can be as simple as they are meant to provide a foil to the party, right? That could be a more broad level role for these rival players in Call of the Netherdeep, or this rival party in Call of the Netherdeep. It's just that they're meant to provide a foil. But even the way that you characterize that will change how you run them. Is their role actually to provide like a narrative foil? Because in that case, you probably want to make them more similar to the players. Like you probably want to play up their similarities and play down their dissimilarities to the party. If their role is purely to provide challenge, then maybe they should be a little bit more antagonistic. Maybe they should actively fuck with the party a little bit more if their role is to provide a challenge. But you can also get lower level with it. So you can say, what is their role in the story right now, like in this scene I'm about to head into. So I have sometimes multiple different templates for the same character, depending on, honestly, how complicated they are and how hard they are to run. I've been using this system for about 6 months. Massively helpful. Situation. So the situation is, who are they right now? What is the situation that they are in right now? So the situation that I am in right now is I am coming back to streaming after a few weeks off. I'm in a new place, things are new. I'm not so my stream isn't totally built up to exactly the point that it used to be at. So I'm recovering a little bit. The technical stuff is a little bit more wonky, right? That's my current situation. And the situation will be changing from scene to scene. So that is something that you will have to update no matter what. The party is all friends with the rivals, so I'm having a hard time finding their purpose. Now that's interesting. Let me get through the other parts of the template first, but we'll come back to that. edges. Edges are how do they solve problems and how are they active within the scene. I believe edges is a reference to Powered by the Apocalypse, I believe. It's a reference to some game that I'm not familiar with. But that is what we called it. And these are very simple. These are basically what are they good at? And not only what are they good at, what are they good at actively doing to solve the problems that they encounter? Sherlock is going to use his big old brain to solve problems, right? Sherlock's edge is his intelligence, his deduction, his problem solving. Grog's edge is his big old meaty fists and his strength. Percy's edge are his guns and his mind, his thoughts. Keyleth's edge is her ability to turn into beasts, potentially. Her power as a full caster. Her ability to pull on her like political power as the leader of the Ashari. These are all edges. But defining one of the biggest things about this template is, and I'll kind of show you what I'm looking at here. So it's like a grid. It's like a box, and you try to keep it to like 1 to 2 sentences. Woo, come on back. Hello, there we go. You try to keep it to like 1 to 2 sentences per box. You want to limit yourself. You want to limit yourself to the highlights, the big things, right? Every character is complicated, but you want like a home base to fall back to when you're not sure what to do in a scene, and this is that home base. Next is the defining event. This is a little bit squishy. It can be the defining event in their entire life that has like set them down the path that they're currently on. Or it can be a defining event that is more contextually like relevant to the scene. Either way. But it is something actionable, and it is a clarifier onto why they are who they are. Right. Next is the emotional hook. Now, this hook is what about this NPC will elicit an emotional response? Whether that is hatred, love, friendship, disgust, what about them is going to make your players feel a certain way? And then the next is archetype. This is pretty much purely for you. This is just to give you, again, that home base to go back to. Are they a Southern politician? Are they a fucking New Yorker who's walking here? You know, what's the, like, character archetype you have? Are they a fucking slick-talking businessman? Hey, how you doing? He's a salesman. He's a used car salesman. Maybe he's turning into an auctioneer. Who knows? What archetype? Then it's voice. Then, and these ones are kind of self-explanatory, I feel. Appearance. But again, we're keeping it limited. We're keeping 1 to 2 sentences maximum. Voice, appearance, emotional state. So this is what is the predominant emotion that the character feels. And then personality trait. This is the one that I actually find the most useful within my own personal GMing, is this personality trait bit. So it is a quirk, a pattern of speech, some acted out trait that is identifiable. So my most successful NPC recently is someone that my party fucking despises. His name is Bayleaf. He's a neutral, evil mercenary captain. If you've read The Blade itself, I kind of modeled him after the Styrian mercenary captain, but a little bit less drunk and a little bit more cunning. And the personality trait that I have for him is that he talks slowly. Because I talk very quickly. I stutter. I trip over my words. I use a lot of filler. And so when I slow down, especially to my friends who know me pretty well, if I slow down and I'm talking very calm, very monotone, it really, really distinguishes the character compared to my more normal cadence. And so my party has really, really liked that. And then there's a couple of others that I think are a little bit less necessary personally. And feel free to cut any of these. And again, go watch the core video. But these are the ones that I really like. And so in terms of the party being friends with the rivals and having a hard time finding their purpose, I think you need to figure out what is their purpose as a friend. Is their role in the story to be collateral damage? Is their purpose to be a source of information? Is their purpose to be a legitimate ally in the challenges that arise? I haven't read Call of the Netherdeep, so I'm not exactly sure of like what the book says their purpose is. But, you know, even if they are friends, thinking about, are they an ally and what types of allies are they, I think is the first place I would start. And then once you know, have more of that, or like, you know, just start de-emphasizing them. Like if you truly don't think that they're additive to the story and you can't figure out any reason to have them, like the reason that role in the story is the very first one is because it's the most important. Like I would, you know, try to get out of your head, think about a variety of different options. But if you can't think of a role in the story for them, it might be worth de-emphasizing them potentially. Yeah, one of the rivals was supposed to be very sarcastic, which gets enhanced after a rough encounter for the rivals, but I felt so lost and never played them sarcastic at all. Yes! I think that is one of the reasons that I like having the personality trait. Like, literally, if I'm going into a tough scene or something, I will have this framework up on my second monitor. And I'll just, like, glance over at it occasionally and try to remind myself about that. And honestly, I think sarcastic is kind of hard because sarcasm is tough for me in general. I'm not very sarcastic, and I can't read sarcasm very well. Self-report. But it's not. I think it's not a super duper active personality trait. Unlike just speaking slowly, right? Speaking slowly is something I can always do. I never have to wonder about how to do it. I never have to figure out how to do it. I just do it. And that's something really important, I think, towards the personality trait. It's something that is actionable. Now, for other people for whom sarcasm comes a little bit more naturally, maybe sarcasm is actionable and it is active for them. Not as much for me. So take that one with a grain of salt. According to the book, they're supposed to make the player party not fuck around too much. Like, the rivals are going to get this thing before us if we don't go now. Okay. So I think that is their role then. I would sort of simplify it by saying their role is to be a timer for the party or a pressure. Their role is to present a time pressure to the party. And that can just be their entire role. And that just means that you do need to be active about them. You need to display them doing things. Maybe they're bragging about a recent heist that they pulled off in a tavern that the players are in. Maybe add in like a braggadocious trait to one of them to make that sort of stuff really easy to bring up. Maybe add a trait to one of them that's like Loose Lips Johnson, right? We have Loose Lips over here that keeps leaking our plans, and then the rest of the rival parties be like, fucking Loose Lips Johnson, shut the fuck up. So Loose Lips is over here. They're friends. They're drinking. Loose Lips says, yeah, you know, I'm a little bit nervous about tomorrow. And then the player party's like, what's tomorrow? And then the rest of the rival party's like, fucking shut the fuck up, you ass. So that can be a little bit of a way to bring that role in the story in. Is the role in the story is to provide a pressure to light a fire underneath the party themselves in that way. And it can be friendly, even if it's competitive. Yeah, I like the list. It helps make it more tangible. I totally agree. The list, like, that's one of the reasons we made this, like we call it the framework off of this video, is because this video is delightful. But there's also a lot of metaphor that it's steeped in, which I don't think is bad. I think the metaphor was a very good choice for the YouTube video of, like, lighting and rendering. But I think the list is a much more actionable way to go about it for your own, like, DMing stuff. Yeah, no worries, Dungeon Master Journey. No worries. Let's do a little bit of Critical Role.
Be off the broom because we want to check for traps. I'm going to check for traps along the wall and the ceiling, and he's going to check for traps.
Take the lower half.
Yeah.
All right.
That's called advantage.
Go ahead.
Oh, and Dungeon Master Journey, you said, is it Mystic Arts before I even got there, and I wasn't reading chat. Shit.
So go ahead and make an investigation check.
Both of us are just saying with advantage.
Both of you separately because you're investigating different elements of the hallway.
18 for me.
Investigation?
Yeah.
Natural fucking 20.
As you guys now kind of glance out and focus on the surrounding location, the hallway behind you goes for about 30 or so feet before it looks like there's been a full cave-in. It is just a mass of fully collapsed, broken stone. You can see bits of the hallway, the slabs that originally held that part of it have just collapsed inward and broken and are left scattered across the ground. The other direction you go continues on and appears to be opening into some sort of a darkened chamber about 60 feet ahead of you.
We should probably go towards the cave-in, don't you think?
You do, by the way. There are small built-in sconces with what seems to be magically, perpetually burning firelight.
Does it seem like there's any trappy sort of stuffs that could be set off as we walk towards the...
You do not notice anything as you were investigating specifically for that.
Check themselves, actually, see if maybe they trigger something.
I'll look at the sconces.
I will look at the sconces.
I'll look at them
Okay,
better.
I included that as part of your.
Oh, well, see, then it's traps list.
Above. So you did not seem to notice anything that you would consider to be a trap or a trigger.
You guys, there's no traps. We should head towards this darkened room.
Tug a sconce. Save a life, tug a sconce.
All right, I'm going to creep about 40 feet down the hallway and continue that search.
Okay. There we are. So about 20 feet before this darkened chamber is there before you, and as you get to the very edge, you can see the inside of this, a little bit of this inside of this chamber ahead of you. You can see what looks to be a darkened brazier. It's your mind playing tricks on you. You thought you heard a rave?
Every day when I'm on the crapper, Matt. Everywhere.
What looks to be a metallic, cold, dark brazier in the center of the room.
Oh, no.
And that's about as far as you can see into the chamber before the edge of your visual range goes dark.
Don't install those unless there's something awful that needs to be done.
Do we have any idea how far we've climbed?
You can make a nature check.
And do I need an extra roll to look for traps around this brazier? Or the brazier itself?
If you want to enter the chamber, you can. You're too far away.
I will go up to the...
Hey!
Natural 20.
Is that a guild 20?
That's a guild 20.
Very rare. Very rare.
As you take a moment and think back to how far you've traveled, pathwise and inclines, and where you entered this Titan as to where the city of Tharnfala is placed upon the top of its torso, you gather you're probably a little bit... You're close to halfway through its torso, if not a little beyond it.
If not a little beyond.
He's big.
About the nipple.
Okay, all right, yeah, nipple level?
Sternum.
Sternum?
Sternum.
Like, the heartburn region? The little acid reflux?
Yeah, about that
All right.
region.
Yeah.
We're the acid reflux.
We are the acid reflux.
Nice.
Be the acid reflux you want.
He has acid resistance against reflux.
Jesus Christ.
Wow.
So anyway, so you scoot up right to the edge.
I don't want to go further than roughly 60 feet away from my sister.
Right, we can put you right at the
before-
entryway to this chamber.
Yeah, so I will peep in from here.
Okay.
I follow up and stand next to him. Did you want to go in?
I did.
Feel free.
So the marching order is the same. We have the twins at the front.
Yeah, I like this marching order.
Just let this shit blow up in my face. So everybody hang back for a second, and I'm going to pitter-patter in and look around the sconce.
Okay.
I think I was more stealthy than you just a moment ago, so are you sure you want to be in front of me?
I love you anyway. Here I am.
He's better at blowing up than you are, dear.
Yeah, his heartbeat's like once a century, so
Right. Slower than this Titan's footballs. Boom, boom.
All right. So as you enter the chamber, it's a small, about 20-foot radius, square-shaped dark iron chamber with rounded corners. So it's 20 foot to each. Or it's about 40 feet wide from side to side. 20 foot from the center where the brazier is, and the corners are just kind of slightly curved. It doesn't come to a straight, hard corner. There is no exit door currently visible. The chamber just comes to an end. The room looks mostly bare, aside from an 8 foot tall, 5 foot wide mirror coated in dust, framed in intricate gold and brass that sits across the chamber on the opposite side of where you entered.
Mirror in brass, so it's an iron room.
Iron room with like a brass edge around this 8 foot tall, 5 foot wide mirror that is just, you can tell it's a mirror just from this side, but a little bit light there is behind you. You can see your silhouette kind of, waving mirrored in the mirror.
So doorway, brazier, mirror.
Mirror, and then the rest of the chamber seems fairly...
And the brazier is completely dark?
Yeah.
It's cold.
Oh no.
This is not good.
Look at his fake innocent
I
face.
think it's just a vanity.
I'm gonna check the traps from right here to start.
Yeah.
All right, that's fine. That's totally fine. That's a jellyfish. That is a 17.
Don't be what I think it is.
You begin to glance around the chamber, best you can to take in the scenery. You notice what look to be small gold piece-sized buttons or pressure knobs set in the rounded corners of the chamber on the mirror side. One's embedded within the upper left and right corners, and within the lower left and right corners.
Pressure knobs?
They're like little buttons that are like gold piece size that are embedded in the upper right, left corners and the lower right, left corners.
Sis.
Push them.
Stubby, come up here. I have a real bad history with pushing buttons.
You also notice very thin, light piles of black residue or ash scattered in places across the floor.
Called it. This is a fucking incinerator. I knew it. I immediately. It feels like an incinerator. No? What?
Well, whatever. We're gonna
He
find
was
out.
looking at
So we've got buttons.
with lasers.
This room is
Incinerator or lasers?
Laser incinerator. Duh.
That was a great jump for me and my character.
Mind blown.
If something stupid is going to happen here, I don't want it to be on me alone for once. So we've got an unlit brazier.
Yeah.
And there's a mirror over there.
behind it.
And buttons, yeah.
And there's no, maybe the mirror is a door.
I thought that as well.
Should we try to walk through it?
Maybe,
Totally.
Maybe a second interrogation room, and there's another room behind the mirror.
Can we get your hub up here, please?
I am up here. I'm still right here.
Jesus!
Hi, darling. I don't know why I didn't hear you.
Stealth of 20,
We must
really.
be so good
Stealth
at
of
that.
30.
Is the mirror leaning or is it on the wall?
It's on the wall.
Is it like curved? No, the whole room isn't curved. It's a square room.
It's a square room, but the corners
No
just curve
corners.
ever so slightly, so there's no direct corner. And in those curved corners, on the side that the mirror is on, so the far side from you, there's these little buttons in the upper right and left corner and the lower left and right.
Can I reach down and touch the iron on the ground, the floor? Does it feel warm?
It's cold.
Can I catch a wrist and I'm... Just a second.
I'm just observing.
You two do the thinking, all right?
That's
And I
cool.
take a step into the room.
Okay.
What do I do?
Go see if you can walk through the mirror.
No,
Tap the mirror.
That's fucking terrible.
Like the brazier.
Tap the mirror with the thing in
We've
your
done that
hand.
before and we all exploded.
Yeah, but it's Max.
Wait, before you do that, can I reach some of the ashy stuff?
You have entered the chamber too, yeah.
Can you hand me some ash? I'll test it.
I scoop... The Lady of the Grey Hunt, here we go. I scoop up some ash and I pour it
It's
into her
because it's
hand.
scary.
Okay, I do a nature check. What does this ash feel like?
Make an
it's made out
initiative.
Human bones.
of? Yeah, that's what I'm
Another
wondering.
trinket?
Wow.
No, what is it?
Is it for real?
Yeah.
You are lying.
Look at that face.
You are lying. Oh no.
That's a 1. Thanks, Gil. I blame Gil for his natural 20 in the balance of the universe.
I mean, the ash, it's light ash. You're not sure what the basis of what may have burned here. You see more of it kind of gathered near where the brazier is.
Is it in piles that would be about human amount of ash?
Size?
Make an investigation check.
All right.
And I have an idea.
I'll gill this one.
I'll go for it.
Did you hear that?
Now that's a good question. I like that question. I also, how do I say it? I think this is a very classic D&D puzzle problem where you have to simultaneously encourage your players to interact with the puzzle and let them know that there may be like downsides, there may be punishments or consequences, but you can't make them so afraid of the punishment, of the consequence for getting the answer wrong that they're unwilling to interact with the puzzle. A lot of times I will build my puzzle with kind of 2 layers of interactivity, where it's like the first, like the more basic layer does not have any sort of consequence for interacting with it. And that's the majority. But then the second layer does have consequence for interacting with it. So it's sort of like is that your, like you have to do a puzzle to decode a word, and interacting with the puzzle doesn't cause any potentially negative consequences no matter what. So they feel comfortable just doing that. but putting in the wrong word might have a consequence. Even that, though, I'm not saying that's the best way to design puzzle. I think a puzzle design in D&D specifically is very, very tough. So I'm not even putting that out there as like the definitive way I would recommend doing it. I'm more just identifying that like that's the way I try to balance this problem, because I do view it as a problem. And I think that Matt has done a really good job here at highlighting the potential consequences, like these like random piles of ash. Clearly the players are scared of being incinerated. I think justly so. But I'm hoping that just interacting with the mirror doesn't have a potentially very bad consequence very quickly. Because I think if it does, it might discourage the interaction too much and really elongate the scene in a negative way.
Ash is
natural 20. That'll do.
only ones in 20 snake.
That's it. Yeah. Just quarters. Heads up, heads down.
There, more of it seems to be around the base of the brazier, but you do see there are traces of it, thicker traces at different places throughout the chamber.
And is this, it's organic ash, or is it like, does it look like I mean, like, is it
You've
like
dealt with different types of ash. You've dealt with, there does appear to be, probably, the carbon appears to be an organic base at some point.
boy.
I pull off my belt and say, hello, Simon.
Percy's
Wake
an
him up.
expert at everything.
All right.
Bum, bum.
Hi. Gosh, it's been a while.
Simon, go through the mirror.
That's right. Go check out the mirror. Simon,
sweet.
all right?
Yeah.
Go.
He got
Off you go.
So silver snake.
Are we still in the room?
I'm backing out.
No, nobody's in the room. He's the only one in the room.
I'm in the
The
room.
three of you were.
I'm not in the room.
Scoots over and heads up to the mirror and kind of like presses up against it.
I dart back one step.
Kind of
out
like
of the
does
room as it
the
happens.
snake trying to push up against the wall, gets half of its body kind of sliding against the mirror before it eventually just scoots off and lands. It tries again, pushing against the mirror, and then eventually.
I hate to say
Okay,
this, but
Simon.
the button.
Yeah,
pushing
that's
some
on
of
the
the-
list. That's on the list.
All right.
Simon, buddy. Crawl up the brazier. Wrap around it. Go up the top.
You haven't unseen everything.
Yeah, the snake kind of slithers around and makes its way, and it's like a metal, like a cross metal cage.
Yeah.
Like there are about inch wide metal bars
Simon.
that all kind of curl up, almost like a basket, and then there are bars that cross around it to hold the shape. And it looks like there are some long burned, blackened pieces of wood that have just been left for a long time.
Yeah.
So something kind of curls up into the brazier and kind of curls up around the metal, comes around the top of the outer rim of it, and rests there.
And the buttons, there's 2 buttons low down. Oh man, the nostalgia here. All right, buddy. I take 2 steps back, away from the door. Buddy,
2 steps forward.
buddy buds.
2 steps
Will
back.
you go push those low buttons in the room?
Which one?
There's 2, right?
Yeah, there's 4 on the opposite side. There's 2
up
right,
high
up left, down right.
And I don't
down
think he
left.
can reach the high because he
Neither.
doesn't stick to wall. So get that one on the over here on the left
What if
first.
we all have to push every button at the same time?
It's true. That could be.
Let's all get our snake belts.
Simon moves over,
I lean over to the person and say, science.
hits the button. Right on the entrance of where you are in the chamber,
2 steps back from it.
slams closed.
Oh yeah.
Iron metal now closes off that entranceway.
I'm going to touch the door.
And say goodbye.
It begins.
Simon, what are you doing? Is it warm?
It is beginning to get warmer.
It's an oven. Is there? I'm looking for some sort of cancel mechanism somewhere on the outside of the door.
Make an investigation check.
Is
All
Max
right.
in the room?
No. 2 steps back from the door.
No, nobody's in the room.
Let's say that investigation was like somewhere around a 7.
It's pretty solid at this point. The somewhat the walls that lean in towards the ceiling there. It is just a perfect solid iron slab.
Anybody has any ideas on
I'll get her down.
Wait.
Simon is technically a magical item, so I don't think he would be harmed by anything going on in there. So why don't we give it 5 minutes?
And maybe it'll open again.
Yeah.
It's normally
Just feel
30 to
the
45
metal
minutes
to
if
see
you're
if
going to
it
really
gets
get
more.
the
Anything
vibe.
going on in the tunnel on the outside of this door where we are?
Coming up from behind us?
Make a perception check.
Temperature check, anything like that? Natural 20.
We have been going so long.
Gone for 2 weeks, and you can't find middle math. It's only extreme.
Yeah, we've had blue balls for 2 weeks, and it's all
Apparently.
now.
Rewind online.
All right, so as you guys glance back in the shadow of the tunnel behind you,
It happens.
nothing seems to be catching your eye. It's dark. The metal door, about 2 minutes in, you look over, and what was once dark metal is now giving a slight orangish hue, and you can feel the heat emanating from it.
There's no ash on the floor in the hallway that we are in right now, right?
I'd say because of your perception check, as you glance around, you look, there does not appear to be any action
Just
around
don't
here.
want that door to fucking open all of a sudden.
Yeah, right?
Okay, so we are well into the displaying of consequences. And I wonder what the consequence would have been had any of them been inside. Like, is Matt hyping it up a little bit because only Simon's in there? That seems plausible to me, at the very least. Maybe he's not. Maybe this is how it would have always gone. But, like, right now, it's kind of feeling close to like an insta kill. The fact that the black metal is getting to the point of luminosity, that's really hot. And they're in there for minutes. That's, a round is only 6 seconds. That's a lot of damage. So was it just not an insta-kill necessarily, but would they have gone into initiative and needed to figure out how to turn it off? Potentially. I mean, especially if it is an oven and, he said they've been waiting for multiple minutes, even something like 2 minutes is 20 rounds. So if they had been in there and then they had pushed the button, maybe we go into initiative and we start tracking it round by round, and now they have a lot more experimentation to do. As long as they would be able to, undo it from the inside, which I kind of get the impression they could have, I think that's okay. And then, if they're not all in there, like in this case, leaning into it is certainly a way to make them scared. I think it'll depend on whether or not Simon survives.
About 5 minutes go by as you guys are waiting, and eventually the iron wall begins to descend. The somewhat dull orangish glow of it is still there, and as it opens, a wave of heated air just emerges from the chamber that you all have to immediately kind of close your eyes, and some of you instinctually begin to step further back into the hallway. And on the inside of the room, you can see the black iron interior of the chamber is also that same orangish glow. The mirror is unscathed. You all kind of step back and watch, and a few minutes passes, it slowly begins to cool off, the metal is slowly darkening. You're too far away to look. You make a perception check and try to glance in.
Can you just call to him?
Simon, come here, buddy.
There's no response.
He's a magical item! Oh, but he could have turned back into a belt.
What's he going to say if you call to him? What is he going to say something?
He would come to me, Percy.
Oh my gosh!
Creepers. Perception check, 29.
You glance past where the button...
I mean, to be entirely fair to Matt, this is pre-established in his world that magic items do have an amount of fragility to them. They are very durable, but the magic carpet has melted before.
Was that it hit?
Yeah.
And you see what appears to be a limp belt left on the ground.
Oh, good.
Okay, I'll get that in a minute.
When's he come back?
When you go pick him up and put him back on your fucking legs. That's what
He can technically, since Simon's taken enough damage to revert to belt form, Simon cannot turn back into his snake for the day.
He's done for the day.
So that unseen servant.
I'm thinking, having no knowledge of magic, that we either want to try to somehow push all 4 of these buttons at once, as my sister said, or like this brazier, or both.
What about the brazier? Is it cold? Does it look like
the
hot?
source of the furnace.
Are there
I assume.
still charred wooden pieces in the middle of it?
The pieces are still there, but it's like black carbon. There's nothing in there that could burn. Whatever's been in there has been heated so much to the point, or
It's not the source of the flame.
I don't know.
Not for that much.
If I was the person who designed this, why would I put a failsafe in here?
A way to get through that only the creator would know how to use.
I feel like there's got to be another entrance because we can see another room, right?
There's no other room.
I think
it's a
it's a
mirror.
mirror.
Oh, Keely, that's a reflection. No, I know that.
But a lot of things have reflections.
People on the
There's
inside.
one really
Almost
good-looking
everything
guy
has
and a bunch of normal flats.
Listen, all of you and I are going to be dead very soon. Are you sure you want to be that sarcastic right now? Right now?
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah.
Bitter end, I imagine.
I go up to the mirror and check it out.
Oh no!
Yeah.
It's cool off enough, right?
30 seconds?
Yeah.
well, no. If you guys want to
Okay,
take
I'm
a minute,
assuming
you
I'm
can wait
smart
till it cools
about
off
it.
if you want to.
I've got it. Why don't we try pushing all 4 buttons at once?
Wait, before we do that, I'm going to enter the room and just look around at the walls and the ceiling to see if there's any...
Take it. You wait till it cools off.
Oh, yeah.
It takes about 10 minutes or so for it to fully cool off to the point where it's comfortable. So.
The only thing I will say about this, with the very clear and pretty, it seems, extreme consequence, is that I'd be more down with this sort of puzzle, with this very extreme consequence, if there was an external source of information about how to solve it that wasn't pure experimentation. And I think that's not something that we think about enough, or at least that I don't think about enough in my own GMing, is when I'm making a puzzle, does this puzzle need to be solved through pure experimentation, or is there some alternative information to solve it? So I'm thinking of the very classic Skyrim Golden Claw puzzle. It is, to an extent, a puzzle. It might seem like you just have to brute force it at first, but on the Golden Claw, there is spoilers for Skyrim, if you haven't played it in the last 15 years. The code to unlock the door using the claw is on the palm of the claw. The code is on there. And so that is a puzzle that does not need to be brute force. It does not require just pure experimentation to solve. So far, this has looked like a pure experimentation puzzle, and I think it's good on Sam's part to try and, confirm whether or not this is pure experimentation or whether there is some indication as to what to do here. What I will say is I am hesitant to pair high lethality, or we can even just call it high consequence, with experimentation only. I tend to put small consequence or small lethality, small danger, I guess I should say, with pure experimentation. Like everything you have to do is from experimenting. I tend to pair those, and then the more dangerous or the more lethal it gets, the more I want to give exterior assistance so that they can tell what the right answer is, potentially, before doing anything, right? All this waiting is also a timing puzzle, because waiting for the room to finish, it's now been 20 minutes, which is a long time to allow the bad guys to do their thing. Yeah, it is. It is. And so there is also like that, and there's that aspect to any puzzle. I will say, this is kind of a weird one. I think that might have been coincidental. Not that you're not right, Nathan. You're totally right. But I don't know if Matt was planning for them to manipulate the buttons from the outside of the room. I assume that he was assuming they would manipulate them somehow from inside the room, and then it would go into like an initiative test. But I could be wrong, and he might have been using this as a bit of a timing gate. A bit of a, like, how fast can you solve this? That's super possible. And to Matt's credit, maybe he even considered that they would do it outside at first and then maybe go inside so that they can continue manipulating it from the inside. Maybe that's the whole point, is that they have to go to the inside. But if that's the case, making it so ostensibly dangerous is... I think you're going to start dipping into a little bit more analysis paralysis territory. And I think that's the big risk with like a very high lethality and a very obviously high lethality puzzle, is drifting too far into analysis paralysis, which I could see this potentially doing. But, so far, I think it's going really well.
I'm looking for markings, indications of instructions, arrows, any sort of hidden words.
My theory. Make an investigation check.
Yeah, look for dwarvish. I'm anxious with that.
Oh, a lot.
Pike speaks
like 29
now.
Okay.
I have theories.
Here goes.
See here.
Maybe you would care to share your theories, Percival. God, man, I do love Taliesin. And I think I am probably, if I had to be honest with myself as a player, I am probably a mix of Sam Riegel and Taliesin. And I see all of my worst habits in Taliesin sometimes. Of being like, I have several theories, but then not sharing any of them with anyone else at the table because you want the reveal, you want to like be able to put your experiment into practice and then get that kind of dopamine hit of being right and everyone realizing that you're right as you're being proven correct. Like, that dopamine hit is awesome. I'm never gonna begrudge that. But it's also like, I have to remind myself whenever I get the chance to play, like, dude, you just gotta talk your thoughts out more. You can't like hold on for a surprise, because it's the worst feeling ever when you have been like purposefully kind of obtuse, and then the thing that you try is a big letdown. It's a big wah-wah moment. And that is just like, oh, I've just wasted everyone's time for literally nothing.
Okay, because the room is not fully cooled off. It's still warm in there somewhat. You glance through the ceiling, and the walls all appear to be just solid iron, and there's like kind of a layer of dust across a lot of it, a bit of like just ash from whatever previously may have been incinerated in here long ago. As you look from the opposite side of the room into the reflection of the mirror, you see what looks to be a very, very, very faint orangish glow in the reflection looks like in the upper corner and the lower corner of the opposite side of the mirror as you're kind of glancing off across to the other side. And as you look over to the wall, then the room you're in, there's no glow.
Wait, so the wall that we came in through. So
let's say you enter the chamber.
Yeah.
And you move to the corner immediately to your right.
Yeah.
And you look in the mirror at an angle. You're now seeing the reflection.
Just gonna put it out there. A whiteboard would be awesome right now, just to be able to indicate things a little bit more clearly. I know. Critical Role's not gonna do that. It's not good for streaming. I know. And so I'm not even really saying that they should do it different. But if you're at home in this sort of situation, quick whiteboard sketch, especially with how dummy simple this room is. I mean, I can literally, if I'm at the table or I'm on a VTT, it's as easy as, okay, there's a circle, the brazier is here, the mirror is here. And then in this scenario where he's confused about what I'm saying, I say, okay, like, imagine that this dotted area is the reflection of the room. The light source is coming from right here. Right. Very clear, very to the point. If I had more experience with this software, it would probably have gone even quicker. And again, it doesn't photograph well. It doesn't look good on camera, a whiteboard. It also, kind of looks lower production value. So I get it. They're not going to do it, but if you're at home, could not recommend more.
Of the corner opposite to you, right?
Buttons.
Looking in that reflection, you can see this very, very faint orange glow in the upper and lower corner, but you glance over to the physical corner across from you, and it's not there.
I love a mirror world. I love a mirror world.
Boobies.
I mean, speaking of this in 2014, this was a mirror world. They swapped places with the doppelgangers, so the doppelgangers trapped them in the mirror world. I love a mirror world. It's very fun.
I think there's magical buttons in here, and we need to find them. So I'm gonna look in the mirror and see if I get to go to the opposite corner and do the same thing.
As you have this conversation, look back. Those two glowing sigils are gone.
Even in the mirror.
Even in the mirror. What you saw earlier is now gone.
But they're revealed by heat.
Heat, yeah. Where were they?
They were
Point them
upper and lower corner. Yeah.
I walk over and I heat them with my heat hands. With my heat hands.
So you go and take your hands and you put them up near there, and you watch as a small, or as you put your hands on the wall, nothing seems to happen. As you glance through the reflection, where she has her hands, that symbol seems to be appearing again. This
What is the symbol of?
So far, I don't know. Can I see it?
It looks to be just a simple kind of triangular symbol marked in a circle. Make an Arcana check.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
14 plus 6. That's 20.
It's the most basic of arcane marks. It's a variation on a spell that basically is a mark that a certain enchanter or somebody places to mark as their own. However, this is meant to be just a basic marker, a visual draw. There's no language behind it. It's just an indicator.
And Keyleth, do that same thing to the lower one. Same marking?
As you head down there, the one above begins to slowly fade, and as her hands go there, the symbol appears below.
Same symbol.
Same symbol, yeah.
Let's do that to the other walls and see if we can find other ones.
Okay. Credit to Matt. I said it ahead of time. If you're going very high lethality, I like external information. And you know what? They're a very high level party. They've got a lot of tools. I don't blame him for making them experiment a little bit to get to the information. I think it might have been reasonable to make at least a small hint a little bit more accessible. Like a small hint that you think something might have been different in the mirror, but by the time you look back, it all looks the same, right? Just a little smidgen to get them on the thought track that there might be something they can figure out. Because I think that the other players were in almost pure experimentation mode until Sam went into investigation mode, and you can't guarantee that you're going to have a player like Sam go in and start looking for those things. So I think maybe a smidgen of a hint, but Matt also knows his players. It worked out. And now that they are on this sort of investigative track, I think the lethality makes a lot more sense.
As you guys reverse opposite sides, you go to the other opposite corners, the ones that are immediately towards the entrance of where you walk in, and sure enough, 2 more symbols mirroring where the buttons are on the far side corners are.
So we push those?
They're just symbols. They're just all symbols.
But there's a hidden button in there.
When you're a big fire, the walking thing. Do you
fire elemental. Yeah.
Sure.
Yes.
Do you take damage from fire?
Yes? No.
At all?
So you should just be like, you should be in here.
You should go in
Just
there.
spit
See if
everywhere.
you can
Disappear the mox.
yeah. See if you can disengage the trap.
So you were impervious
So-
to being set on fire or burned?
Well, when I'm a fire elemental,
So
I'm
yeah.
made of
As a
fire.
fire
Where are you
elemental.
at, hon?
Can you do that?
Well, can I do it right now?
What do you got left? Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I just took a short rest, so yes, I can do that.
We also have an unseen token.
Yeah,
Okay.
so we're gonna need 4
I'm gonna even- okay.
people.
Well,
Yeah.
So what's the end goal? What am I doing?
Press all 4 buttons at once. Although we could try. We got
Wait,
at least 3
wait,
sharpshooters.
not the buttons that we can see. What
Right.
are these symbols here?
I think
those aren't
they might be
buttons, though. They're just, are they
I think they're buttons as well.
Yeah.
What?
There might
But the
be a
buttons
depression in the wall or something.
But what if the buttons are just correlated with the symbols? Maybe.
Let's just try pushing all 4 buttons.
The regular buttons or the magic ones?
Please stand by.
I would
Well,
if
if
I
I-
had the symbolism, look and see if it's a fucking button.
Yeah, if I touch the symbol, there's nothing.
Speaking of them all being in pure experimentation mode.
There, right?
Was there anything there?
Put your hand on there, nothing, the
It's just
wall
a
doesn't
symbol.
move.
It's just a wall.
No depression, no toggle, no.
Luckily, you're not a fire elemental right now.
Make an investigation check.
Exactly,
I
very
got this, you
quickly.
guys. Oh,
I know.
-2. 17.
17. Grog, as you step up and kind of glare down at the place where Guild had placed her palm, you kind of get frustrated and as you exhale, it looks like a bit of soot and ash that had been long, kind of slowly drifting and filling the space, flutters away, and you can see what appears to be 2 lines parallel to each other, about an inch tall.
Go. Good element. Breath,
What did you do?
breath of frog,
What did you do?
There, look, behold, 2 lines.
What did you do?
What are these?
Upreft on the wall.
You booted.
What do they do?
Dude, but also, this is a spatial relation puzzle. A whiteboard would help so much. Or, I mean, fuck, at this point, a dwarven forge. You know, carve some shit into some styrofoam, make these, like, unique symbols that you can, like, reveal or something. I don't know, man. To be fair, maybe that was his original intention, and he's had all this back pain. So, that might have been the original intention here. If you don't have time for something physical like that, a whiteboard I might present to you. Hello. Here's a presentation of a whiteboard. Yeah.
These lines
Just a
do?
recommendation for the home table.
Cantrip.
Across the parallel lines.
Yeah.
All right. As the wind blows across it, a lot more of the soot and the ash kind of blows around the area. It creates an open space where it kind of pushes out to the edges and darkens areas of the floor and the vicinity around Keyleth. But that edge of that corner where you blew the gust cantrip that Grog unfurled is now clear, the iron revealed, and nothing beyond the 2.
Lay up on my broom and do it to the symbol up in the corner and go.
Okay.
Just trying to clear it up.
This was okay. So up there, you see what you blow on that one, and it looks like
Hang on. I'm gonna get a paper ready.
How many people at home do you think figured this out already?
I figured it
all of
out.
that.
We figured it out. We already figured it out.
You guys are blowing on the arcane symbols?
Yeah,
Okay.
to clear them out.
okay.
So when it's 2 lines.
Let me just. It's going to be 1, 3, or 4 lines, right?
Grog blew on the...
The tours.
If you're looking at the door we came in. Grog blew on the lower right.
And that's 2 lines. Boom.
That would be lower right.
Yeah, 2 lines.
Yeah.
2 vertical lines.
2 vertical lines. Okay.
Correct.
I'm in the corner above Grog.
Upper above Grog. That would be upper right.
I'm going to do bottom left.
All right. You blow, and you watch as the dust reveals, and it's 2 more lines.
2 lines.
Oh, only
What's
2.
going to be another?
Bottom left.
Where the other
The other
symbols
hanky.
were?
Okay.
Use your ascot.
Yes, of course. That's what's there for. It's just the back of it.
This was the one clean spot left on it.
That one has 4 parallel lines.
4. Okay.
I'll go into the corner above Percy. There was a reflection there too, right?
Yeah, 4 of them.
Blow.
What's it say? 4.
Laura, blow.
I looked straight at the camera as I did it. It was really
Is
awkward.
it the amount of times you need to press it?
Right. That one has a single line.
Wait, so we got 1, 2,
1,
2,
2.
4.
Is there one with 3 lines?
Yeah.
Is there any more areas we saw reflection?
What about above the door?
Oh, right above the door. That's smart.
It is opposite of the mirror, right? If one's a door and the other one's a door.
Okay, I'll blow above the door.
And I'm going to stop blowing around the mirror.
Actually,
We all just walk around.
it's all fancy frame, isn't
Check to
it?
see who passes out first and be like,
Twins.
The mirror's a fancy
It's my
frame.
feet. Yeah.
What was
Does
it?
the mirror have a fancy frame?
It's not extremely intricate. It looks like there's like solid, like a brass or bronze frame around it. that
Is
flat
are any of these symbols mirrored in the frame itself of the mirror? Is there a mirror of any of these symbols in the frame?
As you look in the actual frame itself, you don't see anything that matches the symbols.
What if these are like numbers and
On the order you have to push.
And the order you have to push the
except we
buttons
have two twos
I
and
know
no three.
I know.
So maybe there's 2 you have to.
One,
there's one,
2,
two.
4.
Why not 3?
Or
Because you have to hit, no, because you have to hit 1 and you have to hit the 2 together.
And then why
4.
not 3?
Because that's button number 4.
But okay.
2 and 3 together.
All right.
Because there's only 4 buttons, right?
Can we just do a sweep for more?
Yes.
I actually think that they're right. I think this is what Matt has intended. Is it is 1, 2 at the same time, 4. But I'm so on Sam's side here. It should be 1, 2, 3, even if the 2s are together, and I will stand on that.
But watch where you're walking. If there's any hidden buttons in here.
Just around the
So, Grog, you just go through.
around the whole
Flowing around. Okay, make an investigation check.
I kind of take my my mantle and kind of start doing like a.
You clear that archway
Around the door.
very well around the door.
Spick and span.
You do reveal what appear to be dwarven runes on the upper right corner, upper left corner, lower right, and lower left corner
Of the door?
of the door frame. Yeah.
I only know Dwarven writing, I don't know runes.
Well,
Well,
Pike,
the runes are part of the dwarven
The
language.
runes are part of the Dwarven language, so I know them.
Pike goes over and she helps you.
Pike speaks.
Help me, Pike! Yeah, I would like to decipher what these symbols
If
mean.
you lift me up, I could see the ones above the door.
Here you go.
Yeah, you know, the last time I wanted you to do it on your own, but I think we're pressed for time. So.
I hold her up to the upper left corner of the doorway.
Okay. So turning around, upper left corner.
Yep.
Okay. That one. It is the dwarven rune that represents the number 3.
Number 3. All right, now to the upper right-hand corner.
That is the number 1.
Okay, I put her on the ground, and I say, okay, look at the lower right-hand corner.
So the lower right hand corner would be a 2.
I got it.
And now the lower left-hand corner,
A 4.
Got it.
Oh, yeah, we know.
Yeah.
That's the amount of times you have to push the button.
Oh.
I just spit on the
So
iPad.
1.
Oh. Number 1, love this. I think possibly favorite puzzle in Critical Role so far. That doesn't have a lot of puzzles, honestly. So it's not like a long list. But I like that. I like that the reveal was for the more confusing part first. Like the part that they found first and that Matt built in something to like lead them towards, right? I think that one being the more confusing one, the duration rather than the steps. Also choosing 1, 2, and 4. Very nice choice. I think that is all a very nice like subversion that makes them feel like they're connecting things, because it's not only that they got like the order, they tried it, failed, and then found the duration, and then tried it and succeeded. Right? That would be like, 2 separate wins, but this is they find the durations. That's a win. Then they find the ordering, which is a win. And when they find the ordering, they get to realize that the previous things are not the ordering. And that's like a 3rd win. And they get to like put them together, and that's a 4th win. There's just more that gets to happen within like making connections in the brain, ordering it with the more confusing one first. So I really like the 2 layers of it, that it's not just you have to press them in a certain order, but you also have to press them for, a certain duration or something, whatever it is. I think that's it, but we might have to do some experimentation to find out. I like that there's an order and a duration. I like that the hint was for the duration first. Yeah. Like, it's not something I'm going to get, crazy excited about, like Big Rock, but really solid puzzle that I only have like a few small nitpicks for, and most of those nitpicks are how it's included contextually. Like the fact that it's within a larger dungeon that I don't really love. And like the way that it's introduced and all that. Like I would love a little bit more narrative around this than it being a puzzle room, because that's what it currently feels like. It just feels like, oh, here players, here's a puzzle to fill some time. It doesn't really feel integrated into the rest of the space. Much like the King's Tomb didn't really feel integrated into the rest of the space. I mean, that just is kind of a pervasive problem with this dungeon, I would say. But in terms of the like mechanical puzzle design, I think this is my favorite in Critical Role. Yeah.
1, 2, 2, 2, 2, 3, 4, 4.
Possibly.
Wait,
I think we
Yeah,
reversed
no,
it.
you're right. You're right. That's what I got.
I think we reversed it. I've got 1, 1,
But-
2, 2, 3, 4, 4.
How long does your unseen servant last?
Not too long.
How long? An hour? 10 minutes?
I'll look.
Yeah, what?
I'll look at my memory.
I think we've got it.
Look in your brain. Yeah, but I don't want you to do it.
1 hour.
Did you check?
Done.
But I have to be close to him.
Can I
How
go
big is this
over-
room?
It is about it's a 20-foot radius from the center of the brazier, so it's 40 feet on
So
each side.
Is our,
I gotta be in the room with him.
Is our math on this? Like our physicality of this map is correct. Like if we show you this.
Well,
Is that what we're looking at?
I have this jar. It's an oil of ethereum.
They're literally just doing a whiteboard with extra steps. Come on.
Oh.
And you could potentially be standing in here, but not be in here. Lasts an hour though. Same time gap as your friend. You could stand in here and not be in here.
From the doorway to the mirror, is it less than 60 feet?
Yes.
Oh, then I can be out of the door.
That's better.
Okay.
Yeah.
Am
you
I
control
right with what I wrote down there?
Right, so this is the facing from the inside.
Yeah, like from the Fraser Crane, looking at the door that we came in.
Okay.
Right?
I'm gonna have to draw you one.
Oh shit!
I think you guys got confused on that
I think we
one.
got it right. I think you guys got it
Yeah,
right.
I think Matt
see what
you're
you
wrong.
got.
So I think we're right.
Oh, I thought it was 4-2. This was the right hand side.
I have the
I
same
think
thing
these
as
got
well.
confused.
I'm pretty sure it's up, up, down, left, right, AB, AB.
Yeah.
No.
I see.
Look, it takes a second to draw, but it's worth it. If you had just drawn it at first, we wouldn't be in this kind of confusing situation. Again, not trying to like put it on him, but because I get why they don't do the more active drawing, but this is the exact sort of situation where that is useful. So I'm really just trying to I'm not trying to beat a dead horse. I'm just trying to show why having just a whiteboard surface or some equivalent at your home games is just always useful.
I hope we pass the test.
You chose.
Okay.
What are we right?
Did we get it right?
I think. There, that's what you get. Sorry, I'm limited in my reach right now.
I should have.
I should have sent it to the Mark brothers.
I love that we all kind of did something
Tried
similar,
to-
but all wrote something different.
something-
We're just like numbers somewhere.
This is my
I know, I gotta finish this. I keep counting my toes. I keep getting a toes 100 times. I keep getting
Yeah,
around.
almost.
Almost.
Next campaign.
Did you help us, or are you just saying almost?
B minus.
I'm saying looking back and seeing where the numbers lie and the runes were there, you have the correct.
1, 4, 2.
Dot dot.
Wait,
You have
is
it.
hers?
We have it right.
Dot, dot,
I
dot.
think this is right. I think you have this right. I think I have the right part of this, and you have the
Why
right
don't you
part
show her
of
what
this.
you got?
How about we'll just copy it and
Copy
that
it over
see
there.
what that fuck is correct.
Let's do
This side of the table.
Yes.
No.
No.
No. It's wrong. I'm just gonna
No,
draw.
just correct it.
1, 2.
Take less time.
1, 2.
You want a
1,
red
2,
pen?
3, 4.
Guys,
1.
Shadow of
Bloop, bloop,
War.
bloop.
Red pen?
Three,
Red pen?
one.
It's a great game by I don't know who makes it.
Warner Brothers.
Warner Brothers.
Monolith is developer. Warner Brothers
Not
publisher.
the
Hold on.
Okay, cool.
Okay, so now we know.
We got that. We got it.
Yeah.
So now we know the order to push the buttons and the amount of times to push the
Yeah.
buttons.
Yeah. So now we just got to do it.
Potentially.
Should we check around the mirror frame to see if there's anything to dust off?
The what?
The mirror frame.
I gave it a little bit of a rub.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go up and go tap,
A
tap,
rub and a
tap,
blow?
onto the mirror.
Blow, Percy, blow.
It taps.
It taps.
Can I wipe off the edges around the frame and just see if there's anything around the frame of the mirror? Since I seem to be so.
Make an investigation.
It's gonna be
Three.
it was gonna fall.
You smear a bit of ash, but eventually get some sort of semblance of shine through. But nothing catches your eye.
It's clear.
Good job.
We
Grog.
found everything there is to find.
Grog just draws boobs on himself in the reflection out of the ash.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Should we leave the room and have Mr. Invisible start tapping buttons?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. We'll do that.
We
We
shuffle out.
step just outside of the door again and let his invisible servant
Yes.
push buttons.
Scan the
Okay.
man. Scan the man.
Let's mark off a spell.
Whatever, scan the man. Makes a gun. Pushes buttons. Scan the man. I'm out.
Look out.
So good.
Oh, so close.
Here
To
comes
end.
the
Here comes the
scan
scan the man.
Man.
Would a person who cannot fly be able to touch the top buttons?
Nope.
Shit.
Oh.
Can not fly?
He can't fly.
Could we?
Well, there's no saying that it'll activate if we do it correctly.
How?
Also, what about shooting the button or firing an arrow at a button?
Can you do these things?
Yeah, but the arrow is the buttons are on this side,
How
so
high
it has
up
to
are
be
the
inside the room.
buttons?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say how.
The buttons at the top are about 10 feet up.
Oh. So if he had like
So if
something
he
that
had
was
a tall
like
thing.
a piece, if he had a mop basically,
Oh
he
no,
could
the
probably
buttons.
tap
They're on the
it.
side of
The
the
buttons are on the side with the mirror, so we could shoot arrows.
But only if we're in there, then we don't need an unseen servant to do it. Since
Okay,
we're
well-
actually in
Want to
the
give him a pole or something?
Let's just give him a stick.
Sure. That's true. Yeah.
Do we have a stick in
I
the
have
bag?
I have a lance.
I can give him my
Sure.
yeah.
we have a lance.
He has a lance.
I have. It's like almost broken.
That's okay,
Well,
as long as it's on stick.
My God, it will finally be useful. One
I
last
mean,
time.
we do have 3 Dremels.
We are not disengaging a smoke alarm with a fucking treadle.
I completely
There is
forgot
a
we had the
limit.
tremels.
You have a
Because we-
slightly splintered lance.
Okay. Let's hit buttons. Let's do it. Let's get through this room.
Let's explain to the unseen servant what he's supposed to do.
Yeah, I'm just checking that. Like, is Matt? Can he hold a lance, or is that like violating some? Like, he's not allowed to hold weapons.
So you can hold them, so you can attack. You
Okay.
can be a
All right.
combatant. They can hold things for you.
All right.
Whack.
That's all I got.
He's
No
like a
spears,
kid in
no
the hole.
nothing.
You push a pretty button. You can go.
Kinda, yeah. You're not wrong.
All right. So I conjure an unseen servant,
Y'all back out.
Yes.
whom I will name Simon 2.
Electric boogaloo.
Not cool, man.
All right, like to you.
There's this brief shimmer, and you watch as a bit of ash kind of displaces in the ground where 2 foot falls.
Yay!
All right, Simon 2. Take this lance. We're going to go tell you what buttons to press over there. Good speed. Good speed. Godspell. You'll be fine. Hope you don't like burning a lot. All right. So yeah. So you tell me what to tell him because I don't have the paper. Upper left, upper right. What do we start with?
Oh,
what's
in the
order?
upper.
It's this.
Well, yeah, it's that.
Tell him to do this.
The reflection of that.
Okay, so 2 upper right, 2 pokes.
Vax, stop paying attention to these numbers.
Wait.
No,
yeah,
it's in the
it's
upper
the
left.
reflection.
So the upper left
Wait.
corner from where we're looking.
Yes. We're gonna go
2.
mirror image of this. So project that across the room.
Okay, all right.
Oh, that was the mistake.
Okay,
So an hour.
so pressing the upper left twice.
It was either a mistake or we
Yes, mirror image of this. So upper left. Let's try that first.
So heads over,
Did we do it wrong?
Sorry, he's fine.
holding the
Lance,
lance.
we're about to lose.
You watch the lance kind of like wobble, and it misses.
To Matt's credit, I do like his placement of the buttons. I said to Matt's credit, like I don't like the rest of the scene. I like the puzzle. And to his additional credit, I think that making the objects of interaction just top left, top right, bottom left, bottom right is good for clarity of discussion. Now, there's still plenty of room for ambiguity, especially when it comes to like it being mirrored, which I think Matt is playing with on purpose. Like, I don't think that just accidentally happens. But with them actually choosing one, it's very easy for Matt to say, like, okay, which one are you telling him to press? Like, top left? Yes, final answer. Like, it's very clear when they actually go to act exactly what they are doing. It's not like they're in some weird pattern, right? It's not like they're drawn, the buttons form like some sort of spiral and they're at like, you know, intermediate points along the spiral, and so they have to like try to indicate which of them they're activating, right? It's not like that. It is much more clear. It is top left, top right, bottom left, bottom right. And I think that clarity is very good when you're in a puzzle that otherwise has a lot going on, or not even that much going on, but enough going on with its pretty high lethality. So, like that.
This is a couple times.
You got this, Simon, too.
Hits the button, and it clicks in Word. The lance is pulled back in the button. Presses back outward into his position.
Good sign. Good sign.
Any door?
No door.
Okay.
Okay, well, no, if we push it again, then we did it the wrong order.
Because the door didn't shut.
Yeah.
Second time. Pulls off the button, presses.
All right, keep going.
Right below it.
Right below it. 2 presses.
In the corner, bottom corner.
Just like your name, Simon. 2. Okay. Opposite corner up.
He did it the right number of times.
1
Yeah.
press.
Upper right-hand corner.
Yeah. And then just below that, bottom corner, 4 presses. Oh God.
That is good at those button press sounds.
The fourth one hits, there's a moment pause, and the mirror shimmers faintly. You watch as almost like a stone thrown into the middle of a still pond begins to ripple from the center, and as it ripples, each ripple seems to fade until eventually the 5 foot wide mirror is now an oval portal that leads to darkness behind it.
Let's go in.
Yeah.
I
I told you there was a room behind the mirror.
We totally.
Yeah, let's go. Let's go. All right. We don't know how long it'll stay
Yeah,
before.
go.
All right, you
Simon
guys.
2's coming with us.
Okay. You hear the faint footfalls of sound behind, and Trinket takes a moment to try.
Okay, I'll be honest. I actually thought I would have to go. I'll have to go soon enough, honestly. And I am losing my voice. I went to watch the Love Island finale at a friend's house yesterday, and we talked a lot. And I have some stuff tonight and tomorrow that I need my voice for. So I think I'm going to call it there. I don't want to get into the next part and then have to cut it off early. This is a good, point to cut it. So I'm going to leave it there. With those sounds, that Matt guy might do well as a voice actor. Who knows? But I think that's it. Thank you so much for joining the stream. Thanks for coming, hanging out. We'll watch episode 111, possibly next week, possibly earlier, later, something. Not sure yet, but I will be back. And abandoning us like that. Why would you submit yourself to that television? Because it's either that or the World Cup, and there's honestly so much less to keep up on Love Island. There's just so much World Cup. I don't have the time to keep up with it. And so I needed something to talk to people about. But anyways, I'll see you all later. Thank you very much. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.